that I may or may not have just added in to spice things up because I thought it would be extremely combat lacking if I did it. That I may
Yeah.
or may not have just added. Oh God, it's me.
I
I
think
hear
it takes a
myself.
few episodes to kind of get going in Barovia.
Well,
I could have had you guys attack the second you stepped into
Alright, well,
Barovia
shit.
too, but it's eh.
to be
I
fair,
wanted some like air battles. Flying around in the air gives way to fighting things you may or may not
Yeah, the
normally.
air battles are actually pretty cool.
but to be fair, at the start
Let's
of
maybe play
Barovia,
again.
we skipped the 2 encounters already.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fair point.
Yeah, you guys could have fought that that vampire. You could have gone and killed that guy's son.
That, yeah.
Oh,
Is
it's
the ghost
XSplit
house?
Dusty.
Is the ghost house part of the adventure too?
It can be. It's not. It's an optional starting thing.
Yeah.
You're recommended to start, I think, at level
was gonna
3.
Anime girl.
No, he always uses XSplit now because he has to because XSplit won't let him not use it.
Ball.
He's in for life now.
That's how they get you.
Yep.
I uninstalled XSplit and it worked out fine.
All right, now
Yeah,
we're gonna
I'll
go.
install it eventually.
Yeah, but if he uninstalls it completely, then he can't ever go back to being an anime girl.
You can
What?
just uninstall it
you.
whenever it needs to be.
Oh, good
Yep.
God!
Oh, good
That's
God.
that seems like a lot of work though. Like reinstall XSplit just to like be a waifu for 5 minutes on his stream and
We don't mind
uninstall
hearing
it again.
Am I lagging out?
No,
I
you
think
were
it's
blurry
Epic.
for a minute.
Oh, I could see you.
Yeah, you look fine.
Epic disappeared though.
Bring me that cherry
Oh,
coke.
Am I
whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, that was weird. My team speak just went full potato.
Nice.
You went full Merrick?
I prefer the half potato myself. Full potato's too much to eat.
I prefer mashed potatoes myself.
Oh,
I'm,
mashed potatoes are good.
Skin on chunky potatoes, those are good too.
I had some
Baked.
good mashed potatoes yesterday.
Skin on is good.
Baked potatoes are the best and the easiest.
Might as well just have me start reading it off.
No, it's only fun
I
if he
mean-
rolls for it.
Aha! I changed my Twitch thing to the episode title like yesterday, and now when I tweeted it, I have the correct thing show up on my Twitter.
Yeah.
I figured out how to game the system.
Wow, I just
One day I will learn how to do this shit.
I just
one day.
refreshed your page and it was literally like 10 seconds behind. That little lag.
Oh, yeah, let's roll. Was there anybody that wasn't here? No, I think we had a full...
Actually had a full party.
I'm just trying to think, is there anybody that I should exclude? I think Pyro showed up pretty late, didn't he?
I wasn't here
No,
for
it
the
was-
first half hour. I just lost
You were here
my-
for the first fight, though, weren't you?
Some shit on a ship. There you go. You're caught up.
Yeah, you were here for the harpy fight, weren't you?
Yeah, I got here right after.
Oh,
I-
yeah, he came in during the Harpy fight, because I took
That
like
was
one
literally
turn as him, and then he took
The
over.
first thing.
Yeah.
Because I like
Literally
ran
the
to
first
like
thing.
do the crossbow, and then then Pyro came back and he took over. What is there, 6 of you? I don't fucking remember anymore.
Yep.
It's gonna be Jez this week.
Thank
Why
God.
did I put all my dice back?
No idea what happened.
I think you were asleep for half the episode, to be honest.
Oh yeah, true.
I remember you waking up and be like, I was totally
Tends
asleep
to
for the last
happen.
30 minutes. It's like, oh.
Okay.
So,
guess.
hey, let's get started. Previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
Out of the carton. Why did you just do that?
and it all falls apart. Just yeah.
Thank you, Darren.
Let's just have her do the recap.
Promise nothing, deliver less.
Sorry.
Previously, we finally lifted off after giving Gadrid his ball. We finally lifted off in his ship. We got attacked by some harpies. We killed them. I did some stuff. Everyone else just kind of lounged around. Then we got attacked by... Well, we didn't get attacked, but we were accosted by a fairy dragon. The fairy?
Yeah, he was a fairy dragon.
I couldn't remember if it was the other type. And his friend, the wyvern. And we killed the wyvern.
Dead
And the
friends.
fairy dragon now owns the boat. I don't think the owner of the boat really sees that, though. We landed, talked to some townsfolk to get directions towards Graf Buren's house. They sent us to the crazy old person's house. Crazy old person's house. Graf Buren, as people may call him, but if that's his real
if
name.
that is his real name.
Yeah. He gave us a lowdown on Barovia and how much of a shit place this is. And he kind of told us, hey, yeah, you can go into the woods and they'll just kind of take you. So we went to the woods and it just kind of took us. We were interrupted by our sleep by a carriage that took us to Barovia. Oh, then we went through, walking through Barovia. Everything's depressing because it's Barovia. And I'm sure all the stores sell shitty stuff because it's Barovia. And we went to the only place of music, which is a tavern. Met Strahd. Strahd is a dick. And everyone's scared of Strahd. And
I feel like he's just misunderstood.
then we talked to Irina's brother that I can never remember the name of.
Oh,
Ismark.
I know it. Ismark Kolyanovic.
Kolyanovich.
Oh, God, it.
There you go.
Pretty good. I'm
He's
actually...
horrible.
And he...
Mike. I am just.
I'm here to
He
win,
proposed-
Zebek. I'm here to win.
He proposed to
We're
travel
winning.
with us if we took him and his sister to Bilecki. So we took him up on his offer. Irina said, no, we can't go yet because our dad's still dead and in the ground. So then
Dead dad's still dead.
then we
Dad is
pallbeared
definitely
that
dead.
corpse to the church. Something living under the church floorboards, which is obviously a vampire. And half of us wanted to kill him, half of us wanted to not start an incident. And then we left and proceeded on our trail to Bilecki. I think I got everything.
was almost too much recap.
It probably was.
Sure.
That's how-
You
that's
guys
why
get
I like
100
the
and...
story.
You know what? I'll give you 175 experience because Dado was able to remember that guy's name.
Woo!
Much to the surprise of everybody. There is an item that, shot web, that how to shot web, but I can't find it because I'm sure that has a DC in it. So that's why I'm trying to find. Oh, Wand of Web.
Yeah.
We'll use that. Spell save DC 15 for
Okay, yeah,
the web
About
dagger.
average.
If I put a napkin in the microwave, is that a bad idea?
That's
No.
fine.
No, as long as it's not like.
The only
As long
thing
as you don't leave it in there for like an hour.
Yeah, no, I just don't want sauce splattering all over the
Yeah,
place.
no, I put paper towels over
It's a fairly
stuff if
common
it's something
thing
that's
to do.
gonna like bubble and spit.
The easiest way to cook hot dogs in the microwave is to wrap them in paper
Towel, yeah, that's what I do
Yeah,
too.
that's what we
Hot
did.
dog in the microwave.
And corn.
Because if you cook the hot dog in the microwave, it takes a minute and a half, and then you have hot
Yeah.
dog.
It's when you want fast hot dog, not when you want good hot dog.
When you want fast hot dog.
Yeah,
Not slow hot
User
dog.
in your channel timed out.
like I
what are we,
could
70?
fry this up on my like barbecue and it'd be really good. It's like, or I could have it done faster than I finish thinking about it, and then just eat it.
Faster than it takes for the
User
barbecue
entered
to
your
even
channel.
heat up.
Yep.
We're at 7405 total XP.
Sure.
Yeah.
I got 7580.
Yeah, we're at,
Oh, that's
Oh,
with
yeah.
the 175.
Yeah.
So I just added that.
Oh, okay. You guys got the 250 I posted in Slack about the
Yes.
wyvern? Okay.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So, yeah, so we left off. You guys were... I brought us back to the church, but that is true. We decided to leave, and oh my goodness, like, Firefox is freaking out for no reason. Don't do this. I just spent, like, the last 10 minutes lambasting Chrome. Don't you start. So we are going to go to my map of Barovia, which I spent some time cheating, and I managed to make it so I can move this thing around and that you guys can still see it. Oh, I
You
see.
should-
It's my F11, when I move up, because my F11 thing, okay. Well, we're just going to maximize you this way so that you stop doing that, because that's really annoying. I had it like full screened with F11, but every time I moved my mouse to the top of the screen, the status bar would come back, and it would shove everything down, and then I'd move my mouse, and it would all go back up, and that was annoying me. Little things. The little things. So, you guys set out. I need to have put all my bookmarks back, which I didn't. So, I'm just... You guys are heading towards the Evilus River. So, yeah. So, you're all setting out. Ismark and Irina are kind of... They're kind of leading the way. They're not so much... You know, Ismark's towards the front. Irina's kind of like staying in the middle of the pack, you know, because it's safer. But they're kind of pointing you in the right direction, you know, because they know this place a little bit better than you guys do. You guys can see the "You Are Here" thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, good. I hid teeny tiny versions of your tokens in a spot on this map, way off in a corner somewhere, and then buried them under another thing so you'd never be able to find them.
I found it. By
That allows it. That means you can see the light because you're technically on the map.
Yeah, I found them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're hiding.
You
Yeah,
can't-
I got mine.
You can't cover it because it.
Oh, do they come through? Oh, okay. I thought if
Yeah,
I
they-
put a thing over top of them.
No, your token always shows up over top of it.
Okay, I didn't know. I never get to play.
I am
so
here. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, we could move our little.
Yeah, we could.
you know what? There might be times that we might need to do that where, like, you know, Pyro goes wandering off and we'll put his little token like off in the middle of nowhere while everybody leaves him. So
I do not see us. But oh well.
In the lower right corner. So we're slowly making our way down.
no,
Old.
you should be able to see us, Pyro. Like, can you see the big bright star thing that you
I
are
can see
here?
that you are here. thing,
Yeah,
but I
that's
don't see
the part you need to see.
Yeah, you don't need to find your little character.
No, you weren't supposed to find your little character. I was hoping that would work, but I guess not. Whatever. My cheat kind of worked. So, you guys start making your way southwest. Wow, I'm bad with cardinal directions. You reach a wide river. Well, not so wide, but it's about 50 feet across, and it's got a big stone bridge going across it. The river flows clear as a blue winter sky through the valley. That is all the information on the river Evilus. Seems kind of pointless, but sure.
Very specific.
Yeah.
That's what I.
So you
Remember
guys
when I
can...
kept stopping to like read off descriptions of things? Like, well, you didn't really need to know that because it's pointless.
It's late afternoon. You guys continue on for a few couple hours. After a couple hours, you get to this crossroads here. At the crossroads, you see an old wooden gallows creaking in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam, and the well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite of the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village to the east, the Sur Pool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valecki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest one clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves, shrouded in fog. So, you guys kind of poke around. As you're sort of moving past the large gallows, Lawaj, you kind of glance back, and
User in
You
your
s-
channel timed out.
you see a body that wasn't there like a moment ago, and it looks really familiar. Looks like you. Looks like you're hanging from that gallows.
What? No way.
You're
Time
dead.
to come. I elbow him.
Whole new character.
I think I think also when we played this, you got tired of these.
I never get tired of these.
How far is it like hanging up off the ground?
About like if you climb up onto the old wooden gallows, it's like a couple of feet, a few feet. Actually, not even a few feet, like a couple of feet off the ground. Just enough so you can dangle.
We'll climb up there. I'm gonna say, hey, somebody take a picture. Somebody take a picture.
So you guys see Lawaj climb up on the gallows, and he's like getting all excited over just this strange, like just this gray desiccated husk. That's like, it just looks like a rotten old corpse that's been there for decades, maybe, left out to weather and rot. And he seems like really excited about it.
That seems about right.
Oh, why are you excited over a dead body?
I love
Because it's
that.
me. It's me.
Maybe in a couple hundred years.
You're no fun. It's me.
I don't get it, what's happening.
Are we gonna do anything with
Dude,
it? Or are you
Irina
gonna
kind of
go with
leans
it?
into one. He's like, "Is he always like this?"
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
So, as you go to poke the body, the second your sword touches it, the entire thing just kind of melts away into like nothing.
Oh, God damn it.
You shouldn't
And
have
like
touched
you guys
that.
look and you see him poke at the body, and it just kind of crumbles and like just disappears. It looks like it basically just like crumbled into little pieces at the slightest touch. You're like, there he goes, fucking touching things again.
Maybe it's a sign.
First,
Somebody might have owned that body. Now it's
It was
ruined.
I was gonna use it for something. It was gonna be a master ruse.
Maybe it's a sign, little elf girl, to not poke dead bodies. Or living ones, for that matter.
I will fall for your tricks, old man. Old woman.
What?
Young woman. Whatever.
So you guys like turn back and you see that Irina and Ismark have already kind of started up the northern path without you.
Yeah? Wait, guys!
Yeah.
This is what happens when we let
Like
them.
they start going this way.
Oh,
I'm gonna
catch up
go
to
after them. Yeah.
Yeah, Irina explains that like our best hope is to reach the Sur Pool just a little bit to the north, and hopefully stay with the Vistani for the night. It's going to be dark long before we ever get to Valeki, and traveling Barovia at night is a fool's errand. So you guys kind of
yeah, I
push
think they
on,
mentioned staying here for the night.
and
before we left.
as you keep moving north, you reach a big lake that seems to feed and be fed by the Evilis River that you passed by before. The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly give way to black clouds boiling far above. There's a clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near
Good God.
this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singings of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. Footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. So you guys kind of reach this. I will move you to... You know what, we're going to put this map over here, so it's a little easier to get at later. FYI, I did not put any of the Vistani on the map. So there's a bunch of Vistani around the bonfire, and there's some horses bridled here and there. I just got lazy with this one map for some reason, and just didn't actually add any NPCs to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to add a whole fuck ton of Vistani around. So, yeah, you guys approach from like the south end of the camp. And I also forgot to put Irina and Ismark, or not, yeah, Ismark in here. Oh well, whatever. They're here too. They're here in spirit.
They're ghosts.
Spoilers. Spoilers. No, not really. Or maybe. Haha. So, yeah, you guys approach from the south. Irina kind of pushes forward and kind of does the talking. And, she, gives them a warm hello and says, like, we are traveling from the village of Barovia to Valeki. Night's falling. Might we bother you for, like, staying here in your camp? And, staying here for the night? And, the Vistani that she's talking to seems already kind of half drunk. And he's just, sure, fuck, more the merrier. So, she just kind of looks back at you all and shrugs. It's like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah. When people are drunk, they're generally easy. Did not mean it that way, but it started to go that way.
Hey!
So what do?
Try to reconnect.
You see?
Yeah.
You see Ismark, he goes and kind of just finds an open spot in the circle around the fire and sits down and eagerly waits for his turn with the bottle, big bottle of wine that's being passed around the circle.
Is the music being played in the circle, or is it somewhere else?
I would say it's being played like by just one of the people in the circle. Or maybe they're perhaps sitting a little bit back, but it's part of the reverie around the bonfire.
Then I'll...
These do seem like the happiest people you've met so far in Barovia. They don't seem super, super cheerful, but I mean, they don't seem to be too downtrodden.
They're soulful.
Yeah, they're making the best of it.
I'll hang out with the music.
I mean, I just want to go find some place to sit down.
Ground's
Funny
right
place
there.
to go.
Yep. Gonna go,
But if Dusty
just
sits
sit.
on the ground, he might never get back up.
That's very true.
Yeah, you just hear all the bones just kind of like creak and crack.
I'm just gonna chill over here.
Okay.
I get enough fire as is.
So as you guys are sort of relaxing by the fire, night falls. It starts to get dark. You hear the sounds of wolves howling somewhere off in the mist. Between the mists and the darkness, like, it gets pretty tough to see anywhere past kind of the outskirts of the camp. As after the bottle of wine is finished, Vistani runs to one of the carts, grabs another bottle of wine, and it just keeps going. And this just repeats every time this thing empties, another one just shows up, and you imagine this is going to keep going as long as there are bodies around this fire to sustain it.
Ad infinitum.
Then at some point I'm gonna stand up and leave.
So one of them, he sort of passes the bottle. The one sitting beside Pyro, passes him the wine bottle, and asks him, it's like, hey, have you ever heard the tale of the Mad Mage?
You mean Dusty?
Yeah, we're living with them.
I heard that, you idiot!
So, tells you, a mighty wizard came to this land, sometime a year or more ago. I remember him like it was yesterday. Stood exactly where you were standing. Very charismatic man he was. Thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the Devil's Strahd. Stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. Saw the battle with my own two eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard. Yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the Devil's Strahd fell upon him, wizard's magic couldn't save him. Saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for his body to see if he had anything of value. But the river had already speared him away.
This river?
Sounds intense.
He tells you, kind of. I need to. I don't think it's Evilus. I think it's fucking whatever that other one's name is. Usually I have a map.
It's actually
handy.
nearby. I'm
Where
pretty sure
did my-
this river flows to the waterfall.
Well, this river flows from the waterfall. The waterfall is to the west of here. Basically, if you follow the river, there's my map of Barovia. It tells you, yeah, like the river, the Sur River, like the falls are directly kind of northwest of here. Basically, you follow this river, eventually you come to a gigantic waterfall.
I'm gonna insight check his story to see how much he believes this thing.
I feel like he was being pretty truthful.
Yeah, I know.
Although I'm
just-
not
we
sure
don't
why
insight
he was-
check.
As far as you think, you believe he, you believe he like believes his own tale. You don't.
Like,
You don't really detect any falsehoods in it. Like maybe there's an embellishment or two or something, but there's not. It's not a just blatant lie or fabrication.
I ask him whether, like, if anyone ever found the body, and if not, where would the body be most likely to end up?
It's like, oh well. I mean, the river just flows east out of Barovia, so who knows? But I mean, you hit a river from that far up, it's like hitting
I don't imagine
stone.
there's much left of you. No.
So for all we know, maybe he's just sitting at the bottom of the falls, like pasted to the side of a rock, and the fish eating what's left of him.
Best you could take a few pointers from him, I think.
Failed.
Huh?
Nothing. Interesting.
Yeah.
You're saying you could take.
I mean, if he was
pointers
such a
from-
wizard of such greatness and all
Wizard.
that, like withstanding fire, thunderbolts, multiple thunderbolts falling on his head,
Yeah, but he's also dead, so
I was gonna say.
he's not that great. In fact, by
What-
that
what
logic,
is that?
he's greater than that because he's alive. So
Yeah, I'm alive. Idiot.
The Vistani kind of pipes in. It's like, yeah, but you haven't faced the Devil Strahd. Not in
you?
cold-blooded
Well,
combat.
we met
It's like
him once.
I would never turn
Wow.
against the devil. That would be suicide.
Yeah, maybe because you a little bitch.
Dusty.
Dusty
You see him just kind of like turn away from you. He's like, you're a little bitch.
Dusty.
He goes back to drinking his wine.
like, I just want to tell a good story, you asshole.
Take off my Korean esports pro fucking jacket here. I got.
Why did you even put it on?
Wanna try it out?
I thought you were cold. I'm just like, how are
I thought you were like
cold?
RPing something, but no, your camera's frozen. That would explain why I don't see what you're
Your
talking about.
your camera's nothing. You are black screen.
It's because I'm on Firefox instead of Chrome. Because Chrome's going 3 frames a second again because it's still broken.
I could see Zepic fine. I'm
Everybody
on
works
Chrome.
for me except Jez, apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got Bones and Wacky, and Lawaj's
Oh,
cam is just action figures anyways. So who knows if
Yeah,
his is frozen or
his
not?
character.
Oh,
This is working for me.
I don't know. I haven't moved it, so
Yeah, so Lawaj's maybe works. Who knows?
Wave your hand in front of it.
here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that
it
works.
totally works.
It's going like 8 frames a second, but
Yeah, I have
Definitely
Lavage and Wacky, that's it.
So
But also, Zepic was half cutting out during that story, so my internet's not that great.
So you guys, you're you're enjoying your time around the fire in the company of the Vistani. you see Irina, and Irina turns in. Ismark still, he's good to go for some more wine. But she goes and like goes to one of like the tents to go to sleep. You see a Vistani woman come out of the big tent, like the big huge sort of square tent that's by the river, well, I guess by the lake. And she comes out and she approaches Dusty and Wacky there, and says, Madam Ava would very much like to speak to you and your friends.
Why?
She would like to tell your fortune.
Well, that sounds like it could be fun.
Cool. Let's do it.
So yeah, Ismark just kind of like goes, John. I was like, do it. So Vistani tradition, they do it like all the time. It's fine.
Yes, yeah.
More wine.
Sound like you're trying to pronounce
Alright.
prestidigitation.
Okay, sounds fun. Sure.
So
Alright, let's go.
she sort of directs you to the tent. The six of you step inside. There you find an old Vistani woman. I shall just tell you this. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of the tent, revealing a low table covered in black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on this table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the old crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last you have arrived. Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. Where is... I have not had to use this in a long time.
A new person?
No, this. Aha, reveal areas.
Oh.
Fancy.
So, she waves you all in. You guys all sort of crowd around her her table in the middle of the tent. And she's like,
Really small table to crowd around.
So she kind of looks at Pyro first. And, yeah, the best fortune teller, like, image I could find. The official picture of her is terrible and so cartoony and goofy looking.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, she looks like the evilest evil that would evil.
She looks like an evil witch in like the actual official art. So yeah, she kind of like looks at you first, Pyro, and says, "Ah, yes, the paladin. It's good. It is good to see you, sir." And then she just kind of stops, and she like squints at you and looks. And she's,
Because I see the number 1 in your future. A lot.
and she's, I don't think I know your name, or any of you. It's strange. I feel like I did once, but have forgotten it. Troubling.
That's not very future telling of you.
Yeah, she seems kind of... there's a moment where she seems really bothered by this. Like, almost as if, like, her... Like, for no reason, her powers have just, like, failed her. And she kind of shakes it off and kind of gives you a smile with that. It's got, like, 4 teeth max. Like, that's pretty much all that's left. And she's like, please. It's like, let me tell your fortune. And she takes a deck of cards that she has sitting off to the sides, and she shuffles them up, and she deals 5 cards out onto the table in a cross shape. Oh god. Oh god. And she pulls out her book to tell her what all the cards mean. She's like, I used to have them all memorized, but it was a lifetime ago. Now I'm old. It takes a while. So she goes and flips over the first card. And she says, this card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And she says, the rogue. I see a nest of ravens. There you will find your prize. Then she moves up. She moves over to the next card and says, this card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope.
Kind of look around. Yeah, that's me.
She says, ah, the monk.
Actually, it's me.
The treasure you seek is hidden behind the sun in the house of a saint. Then she moves over to the next card. It says that this card is a power of this card is of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight.
Ooh.
She says, ah, the Avenger. The treasure lies in a dragon's house, in hands once clean but now corrupted. Then she moves down to the bottom card and says that this card here will shed light on one who will help you greatly in your battle against the darkness. She says, the seer. I was so good at finding all the other ones.
It's because he's next to.
Yeah, they're in the back.
section.
That's probably why. I was able to seamlessly get the other ones. Why can't I find you? So he's like, he waits for you in a place of wisdom, warmth, and despair. Great secrets are there. Oh, that's the wrong fucking thing. No, she's like, no, that's not right. She says, look. She look for a dusk.
That was a past call.
Yeah. She's like, sorry, the lines got crossed for a minute. She tells you to look for a dusk elf living among the Vistani. He has suffered a great loss and is haunted by dark dreams. Help him, and he will help you in return. And then she moves to the last card. And then my pages don't work. She says, this, finally, your enemy is a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. And she flips it over and reveals the mists. She says, and she, like the sort of like withered smile kind of fades from her lips, and she says, the cards cannot see where evil lurks. The mists obscure all.
Oh.
That will be 75 gold. I'm just kidding. Or am I? And you see her like,
I don't know.
you see her kind of glance at like a tip jar that's sitting on the thing.
Can you see us paying you?
I just kind of give Jez a fucking look as I drop 5 gold in the jar.
She's like, you are very kind. Enjoy your evening among us Vistani. And be safe. For Barovia is a treacherous, treacherous place.
Everywhere is treacherous. I hate this shit.
Okay, well,
It hates
thank
you
you.
too, Dusty.
Thank you.
I guess I will drop 5 gold in as well. Just to be nice.
I give this old bitch money.
So,
Okay, but we're leaving. We're gone.
the
Let's go.
rest of you end up leaving the tent.
I dropped 5 gold as well.
By the time you're done your card reading, most of the Vistani have cleared out. Like you know it's getting pretty late. One of them tells you basically just like there's room in all the tents. Just find space, sleep. Just leave the carts. He basically tells you it's like you're welcome to stay in any of the tents. Just please don't enter the carts. The carts are where we keep all of our belongings, and you see some of the Vistani go and retire to their carts. So basically, the carts are their shit, and they don't want to not trust you, but at the same time, it's like just let's leave you unguarded with all of our worldly possessions. No, so they're like, right, help yourself to the tents, sleep. So you're all welcome to go to sleep if
I
you
like how
want
we're all
to.
picked different tents.
Well, there's probably only like a couple, like 2, maybe
Well,
3
I'm-
spots per
I'm
tent.
not going in this one because I know that's where the chick went. I don't know about that life.
What chick?
What?
What?
The girl we're escorting, the whatever the hell her
Irina?
name is. Yeah, her.
I didn't really specify what tent she went into.
Yeah.
You just said a tent.
I just said a tent.
I don't know why I assumed she went in this one.
I don't
Maybe
know
you wanted
either.
her to go on that one.
There's a 1 in 5 chance that you're correct.
Yeah. If we all go in different tents, one of us will be in her tent.
I'm just standing by the
I
water.
am gonna go over all my things before I turn in.
Like, do an inventory count.
Yeah.
I trust these untrustful hobos.
So hug your shit a little bit tighter and go to sleep. We're all passed out.
You don't sleep anyways. You fucking just meditate.
Not me.
Yeah.
I said I trust them.
Oh. Like, you don't even actually need to sit in a tent. Considering you meditate, you can just sit by the fire all night.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Done.
fine.
Sleep.
I think we're all
Sleep
going to
has
sleep.
happened.
Play the Final Fantasy VII sleep music.
Oh, I even rolled a crit for... There totally would have been an encounter if I felt like having an encounter here. Yeah, so you guys wake up the next morning. And, yep. You guys wake up the next morning, everything's fine, there's... by the time you guys get up, Ismark and Irina are already up. Irina looks, like fresh and ready to go. It looks like she basically had to drag Ismark, out of his tent to get him awake.
Yeah.
You see them kind of arguing. Not, angrily arguing, but, it looks like that's probably what she did. Was she just basically just went in and just dragged him outside at some point.
Meanwhile, he has a hangover like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, most of the Vistani still seem to be sleeping. There's a couple milling about the fire, getting it going again to cook breakfast. But the rest of them seem to be all passed out from the night's reverie. You think that this is a big part of their life. Just, drink all night, sleep all day.
Rock and roll all night and party every day.
Well, as much as you can rock and or roll with an accordion.
You're pretty lively.
So, Irina seems like pretty much ready to go. And she's like, as soon as you're all ready, I think we should be off. We can easily make it to Veleki now, before it gets dark. We have ample time now.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yep.
We
So-
say our goodbyes
Yeah,
and
we're
shit.
not stealing everything.
So most of the ones that are awake, the Vistani are just like, bye, don't get eaten.
Thanks.
So you guys, you guys see that the path that led you to the Vistani camp leads west. You kind of west along the river, between the river and the forest. You guys kind of take a glance down there, and it seems to basically, you can probably see from here the mists are have kind of moved back this morning, and you can kind of make out a bridge sort of way up. I think it's almost 1,000 feet above the water. And that bridge is kind of your next destination. So Irina tells you, it's we just gotta go around, unless you guys brought climbing gear. Taking this path to the falls is not really going to do us any good.
Okay.
Do I have any? No, I don't have any things to show you. Couldn't remember if I had stuff. If I had stuff.
Okay. So let's
So,
move
yeah.
on. Then.
So you guys
Where we gotta
move back the way you came. You go back to the fork in the road where you found the gallows, where Lawaj seemed to fucking lose his mind for a second.
Yep.
Seemed to get super happy about a corpse for no reason.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
Nothing's different.
Yeah, you guys continue on. You. Oh, there we go. Like, as much as I love this adventure and how much stuff is in it, it's not laid out in the best way. Like, for like the early stuff, kind of a mess. Yeah. So eventually, you guys make your way around through the forest. You continue to climb. And basically, as you make your way along the forest road, it continues to like gradually increase an incline, and the elevation just keeps going up and up and up, and eventually you make your way to the foot of a large stone bridge. So you cling to so you follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of a mountain and ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles, cloaked in black moss, perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spits into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley.
Is this the waterfall the guy fell off of?
In the story?
Yes.
I believe so.
Dang it, we could have checked stuff while we were down there.
Wow. This was also, like, over a year ago. So, like, his body may not even be, like, around anymore. You imagine that the Vistani probably all, like, kind of searched for his stuff. Like, if any of his stuff or his body turned up, they probably would have found it by now, considering they're, like, at the mouth of the falls. Like, basically, the body would have floated right down. Would have went right by him. So, the bridge, is wet and slippery, but, pretty solidly built and extremely wide. Like, it's about probably 30, 40 feet wide. Like, this extremely large stone bridge. So you cross over it into a large set of plains. This part of the plains does not actually have a name. Damn, I thought it did. So you guys continue on. And as you're making your way down the road, you hear a rustling in the bushes. Like, you hear, like, some twigs kind of snap, and, whoever, you see, like, Irina and Ismark, they kind of just stop and start looking around. The rest of you all kind of just stop and start looking around.
I'll, like, rest my hand on my sword and try to see if I can make out what it is.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I rolled pretty good
Not bad.
for me.
So you kind of squint to the you kind of squint, and it looks like to the north of the road. You think you see like one or two of the bushes kind of moving. You're like, did that tree move? Like, did the tree itself move, or is there something behind it? But you do see some movement to the north. Bones, he's like just like looking.
Which way's north?
He's
Bones
looking
just
back
left the
towards
light
the
the other
falls.
direction.
Wow, that's awful.
There's something moving in the bushes to the north.
So, I will say that you guys, like, Jez is kind of able to spot what looks like one of the trees, like one of the small little sapling trees, kind of looks like it starts like walking over and starts like kind of walking towards the party. And it doesn't really look particularly friendly. And I'm going to get you all to roll initiative. Oh god, I can't see the thing. There we go.
Maybe Bones
think
was right
that's
about
your
that one
second-
thing.
Hey, It seems like a good time to spam my fucking emote.
Hey, Zebek's back. And Pyro's gone.
Hey, look, I can spam my emote.
Lavage is back.
Yeah, I only turned mine
That
on for like a
9-year-old?
few seconds to see if it would work. It did not.
Kid Pyro just looks asleep in my cam. Oh, this is what I need. I need the turn order, and I got Irina, I need Ismark. Irina, Ismark. Oh, that's easy. Irina's a 14. Ismark is a 12. Strange plant things, 17.
They're pseudo-oodoos.
Udos.
Sure. Sure. Do I
guess
have to
it's fitting that
adjust
I'm
any of
first.
this? There. Wow, look at all those 14s.
Oh wow.
I'll move our Irina to the back of that pack.
To,
You know what I actually should have done is I should have taken Ismark's and Irina's fucking stat blocks and put them somewhere separate so that I knew what they were, without having to go flipping back and forth through the book. That would have been smart. Jez, go ahead.
Yeah.
These things are in the monster manual, so I'm going to use that.
Everything is so.
The real question is, what letter are they under? I think they're under B.
B.
Because there's.
I'll go 30 feet, and I'll dodge.
Okay. Wacky go.
sorry.
Come over here. And shoot it with Eldritch Blast.
The 11's a miss. The 13 is just a hit. You managed
How
to
tall are these things?
not particularly tall. They kind of look,
Okay.
like halfling size, probably. A little bigger than children, but not quite as tall as you guys. But it kind of looks like just a humanoid mass of sticks and twigs and brambles. Basically looks like an anthropomorphic
What is
prickle bush.
What is
What is what?
3 feet tall?
What is 3
That's
feet tall?
from What
Halflings.
halfling size was?
Oh, no, halflings are taller than that. I think halflings are like 4.
Halflings.
Halflings are like 4 something. I think like gnomes are like 3 feet tall. Or maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, they're
Like, I
like
think they're
4. They're about
smaller
4
than
feet
gnomes.
tall. They're not quite as tall as Jazz, but they're getting close.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, they get to go. I was typing something. So the blights, and then some more emerge.
Fucking bones.
What?
You made a noise for them moving up.
No,
Is
that
that
was
going
me.
out?
That was me making that noise for them
Okay.
moving up.
I know,
I
that's-
take the
I'm-
noise.
Blaming bones.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
he's-
Yeah, but these things, you kind of expect them to make a noise like that. Oh yeah, this was the other problem. Like, I loved the fact that they were super camouflaged, so you guys wouldn't even maybe
Mhm.
notice they were there. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I can't find them. They're too camouflaged. So that one makes it to Wacky. Does not attack her. It just used all of its movement to get there. The rest of them kind of just move out into the open. That one is going to attack Jez with disadvantage. Second die. I don't think it's even going to come fucking close. No.
My AC is like 19 now.
Yeah, not even close. So, Pyro, you get to go.
I'm gonna go up to this one. I'll hit it.
Uh, 12 is just a miss.
Dang it.
Get fucked.
Pyro, you have a second attack.
I know it's going.
14 is hit.
I asked the sword how it feels about trees.
I ask you why you're talking to your
sword. The sword does not seem to answer you. But with that, you manage to
Because I
cleave.
wanted to
You
love
cleave the bushman in half, and he just kind of crumples into foliage. I'll put a thing. I don't want to keep checking which one's which.
Oh, of course.
So, Bones, it's your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna go this guy here. I'll whack him.
Yep, you punch him, and the top half of it just kind of snaps off of the bottom half. And then both halves eventually stop, like, wiggling around.
Cool. Can I in fact make it? Oh yeah, for sure.
I will remind, like, any bushes or trees or whatever, if they are not trying to eat you, are difficult terrain.
Go like this way. Just short. Wait, not do that. Okay. I will go over here.
What?
Okay. That was you, Irina. She sees that... Actually, what does she see? She notices some more seem to be moving in from the bushes to the northeast. Not being the super stalwart fighter that some of you guys maybe are. She kind of moves into like a defensive position behind this rock and may or may not do anything else because I don't remember if she has anything ranged. Because I never actually looked up what her fucking... I never looked up her stat block, ever. Just never bothered. There's Madame Ava's, if you guys wanted to fight Madame Ava.
I don't think she does.
What, have a stat block? Or you mean have... I think she just has a sword. I know she's really... Oh, no, that's right. I don't think she has a stat block. Because I think it just tells you when you meet her in the village that she has, like, 14 HP. And to probably just use... I'm just going to put her in dodge. I don't think she does have a ranged thing. Ismark is going to move... He's going to basically mirror that, and he's going to move into position to protect his sister. Lawaj. Ismark, do you have a stat block? Does anybody have stat blocks?
That big light.
What is a bound bow?
It's from Skyrim. It just means it has infinite arrows.
Oh. Actually, I don't think the bow technically had a name. Oh, you're shooting at the one in front of Jez. Yeah, you fire a stick of wood at it, and that stick of wood seems to be able to kill the other stick of wood.
Yeah.
Strange how that works. Now you
Wood on one side.
wait. Just go like this. No one will find him now. Not even me. Dusty.
Alright. And
I.
scooch over here.
I.
Made of wood, huh? Alright. Well, then there's no way, no possible way, that this will fail.
On this one.
Okay. You fire a firebolt at it, and it just erupts in fire, and it just kind of goes like running around in a tight little circle until it like turns to ash, and the ash just kind of like blows away on the wind, and it is gone. No trace of it remains.
Dusty is like in his element right now.
I mean, if little wood people want to come fight me, I'm down. Now that because I was nervous about that last one. I thought they had some secrets up their wooden sleeves, but they didn't.
Now Dusty wants to go back to that tomb and fight that that husband and wife that didn't move or do anything. He's feeling all big man now. Back to Jez. may or may not be muted. I can't tell because his camera
I am
froze.
muted, but I was half talking to myself anyways.
Okay.
'Cause
I don't remember where the village is. Oh, village is chapter 3.
I'll get like 15 feet over here.
Oh, Irina is a human noble with 14 hit points.
Every time I get to something,
How generic.
it just dies. So I'll just throw my shit on the ground, pull out my bow.
This happens a lot.
Yeah, and I'll longbow this dude way over here. I think that's... Yeah, that's within range.
Yep.
Only 5.
And she has a rapier, apparently. Just like you, Jez. Yep. And so you nail it for 5 points of damage. Your arrow just kind of like gets tangled. Your arrow gets tangled in with like all the rest of it, and it just kind of hobbles. But
I made it stronger.
you've just added to it. It actually regained 5 hit points from that, but it does seem to still be alive. Wacky go.
Shoot at the same one.
Same one Joe shot at.
Yep.
Okay. You managed to blast the arrow free, weakening it. You do believe that now it is possible to defeat this twig blight. It is back to its original strength. And you blow it to pieces. And it is gone.
The mighty pebble.
No, Ismark's a veteran.
Yo, same.
Well, you don't have a veteran stat block. Because that would be boring.
What I was saying was that all nobles have rapiers.
That was wacky. Oh, twig blight.
Okay,
Or needle
down
blight. I
one
don't
more
really
arrow.
remember what I made these things.
They're
just like...
gonna be needle blights, or otherwise twig blights are really small.
No, they're both
Twig blights.
small. Well, no,
Twig blights are like rat
twig-
size.
No, twig blights are small and needle blights are medium. These are, to be fair, these are not actually either one. They're an amalgamation between the two. Because I just basically combined different parts of the stat blocks. Why can I not find his speed? Here's his speed. He can't actually do anything. He's just gonna sprint at the old man. And he's just gonna get right in your face. That's all he's gonna do. Pyro.
I'm gonna be like, leave the old man alone. He's just old.
Ah, there is. Oh, so now I got Isaac's and I've got Irina's. Perfect. I'm good to go now. Even though combat's almost over. And Pyro comes.
The longsword before by accident.
Pyro comes and chops the tree down, and that is it. And that is probably the last one, as far as I know. I don't remember how many there were.
They're a little tough to.
Yeah, if there could be another one. Who knows? I don't.
Realistic.
You all get. Actually, you get less XP because you have some friends. You have some friends sucking up the XP.
They didn't even do anything.
Yeah, they defended.
Yeah, but nothing got to them.
Ismark would have shot one of them. I didn't know that Ismark had a crossbow. Irina does not. Irina does not have any ranged attacks. You guys all get 37 XP each.
37. Jesus Christ.
They're twigs.
Yeah.
No,
Make
it's
the
just
math
at
easier.
37.
We're also.
It was gonna be 50, but you've got friends fighting with you. You've got
specifically a very weird
You-
number.
well, you got it's being divided by 8 instead of divided by 6. Them's the breaks. I mean, you want Irina and Ismark to level up, don't you? They won't level up. That'd be cool, though. That would be cool, though. Delete all this. Okay. So, you guys are like, huh, the trees. That was weird.
Living trees, man.
They're not coming out of the trees. They are the trees, man. So, you guys continue on the road. You're like, well, that was whatever. Sure. And you
Even
reach
the lands are trying to kill you.
you reach another fork in the road. To the west, the northwest, you see another gigantic set of iron gates that looks much like the set of gates you entered Barovia from. Basically, the cliffs. There's two cliff faces on either side. You know what? I'm just going to bring up the old picture. Remind everybody of what the gates of Barovia actually look like.
Our play.
But you come to another similar set of gates. I will say this one of the statue's heads still attached, barely. This looks like someone didn't get finished chopping it off, but it's still, looks like someone tried to do the job.
If you want to go that way, we can just go around it. The gates aren't that big.
Yeah, the map doesn't do a very good job of showing it, but essentially, like, you have sheer cliff walls that are probably 100 feet or more of, like, just sheer cliff on either side of the gate.
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna walk up to Dusty. I'm gonna like poke him and be like, "Do you think you could knock the other head off?"
Why would we do
Wow.
that?
What's the point?
You think that would take a lot more than a firebolt. So, you also notice that the road here forks. So that's down the western road. The eastern road, just past the fork, a familiar-looking black carriage sits there waiting.
Hey, it's Horsey.
Yep, it's just sitting there. It's a door. The door to the carriage open. It seems to be empty. Like, there doesn't seem to be anybody in there. Just, it's there. Wait.
See what this is. It's a choice.
Yeah, do you go
Would
in the
you
carriage
say
or
we're
do you
at
walk
a
through the gate?
fork in the road?
Ba-da-bum-bum-bum.
I thought you were gonna be way more clever than that.
Well,
You're
do we
fired.
There's actually
do we
flavor.
Put Irina in the cage or not?
So, even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits in two, widening toward the east. There you see patches of cobblestone,
And which
suggesting
way
that
is
the
the
eastern
direction?
branch was once an important thoroughfare. Parked at the fork in the road, pointed east, is a large black carriage drawn by two horses. Two sort of skeletal-looking horses. The horses snort puffs of steamy breath into the chill mountain air. The side door of the carriage swings open silently.
I turn around and ask him,
What's with that? Huh? Any idea?
I don't know.
Which-
They
which way is it?
actually they probably look more confused, as you've all seen this carriage before. They haven't. This is new to them.
Which
Is
way
that-
is it to Vallaki?
They tell you that Vallaki is to the northwest of here.
yeah, gotta go through the gates.
Yep, that's where we're headed.
Yeah, I think we're gonna skip on the spooky carriage.
Yeah.
Keep the focus.
Oh,
Rod's not gonna like that.
Horsies.
Who's not gonna what?
Rod.
Welcome.
Rod?
Rod.
Rod?
Going
Rob?
left.
So you guys approach the giant iron gates. As you do, they creak open for you.
That's not screwy. Yeah. It's not
What's the
spooky
point
at
of
all.
gates if they just open?
They're
Yeah, it's
automatic.
like-
It's automatic doors,
Yeah,
like at the
It's
supermarket.
like the handicap button. Everyone just hits it anyway.
Yeah.
They gotta be close so they keep the AC in.
Yeah, so as you all sort of pass through the large wrought iron, rusty gates, once you're all through, you see them close again behind you.
I was like, anyone can go through the gates. There's no point of a gate if everyone can go through it.
Maybe everybody can't go through it. Maybe you're special. Who knows? You haven't seen anybody else try to go through it.
I mean, the gates have opened for us 100%
I mean,
of the time.
maybe you guys should take the carriage. You guys could have sat down all the way to Vlecki. Nice, easy ride.
Yep, all
Yeah, I
the
don't
way
think
to
that was going to
Vallaki.
Valleki.
I mean,
I mean, we don't know it wasn't.
you don't know where it was going. You
Uh,
don't even know if it
technically
was
don't know.
going anywhere. You guys might have climbed inside, and the horses would have just looked at you funny, like, "The fuck you doing?" This
We're
ain't for
looking
you.
for the new people. You're not new.
It's like, yeah, you had your free ride. Everybody gets one. One.
It's
That's
it's
it.
literally the train into Disney World.
So, you guys continue on. You continue on. Through sort of mountainy ridges and passes, and you reach another fork in the road. So, to the west, you see the old Svalich Road. I guess it would be Svalik. The old Svalik Road transitions here from being a winding path through the Balanock Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. So yeah, so right now you guys are, you've been up at a pretty high elevation. That's kind of one thing I do wish they had on this map was, they mark elevation changes, but I wish that they actually had elevation numbers on it.
Contour lines?
Yeah, I've seen people who've made 3D versions of this map, and it's so much clearer. Like when you see an actual 3D version of this map, like what's mountains and where everything is. But yeah, so from here you can see, basically, you guys can see Valleki, over the tree line. You're up pretty high in elevation right now. You can see a giant lake this way. Oh, I guess, yeah, you can only see so far. You know what? I'll give you a bit more. Give you a bit more oomph. So you can see a little bit better.
Oomph.
Yeah, more oomph.
Oomphed.
More oomph. Give you 2.5. That enough to see Valleki? Sure. So.
Even more oomphed.
So yeah, you guys managed to see. Yeah, you guys see a giant open lake. You see a walled town that Irina and Ismark kind of point out. It's like that has to be Valleki there. You see the road kind of winds. You can kind of see from here the road is kind of winds back. You see it kind of switch back in the woods, and it must sort of travel this way. You can't really see it, but you can kind of see a gap through the trees where the road would be. So a branch in the road leads west to basically a sort of flat top clearing, up top which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vanes stripped bare.
Dilapidated. My favorite sort of thing.
So you guys see a windmill.
I do see it. It is there.
Yep.
It
You guys want to go check
is
it out?
dilapidated.
I feel like we should
does
keep
that
going to
mean?
Valleki.
There's a windmill.
What time is it?
Game
Is it-
time?
Is it getting
Well,
close to?
No,
we should-
it's still definitely early afternoon, lunchtime, maybe a little bit after that. You still got hours before it gets dark.
We don't really know how long it's going to take us to get to Valleki. and we don't
Well,
know
you
the
can kind of estimate it's probably a
it's up
couple of
to-
hours because you can basically see the road to Valleki from here, because you kind of see where the road's going and kind of where it switches around and goes to the town.
I know we can see, but our characters can't.
No, you would see,
No, Parker,
because basically what you would see is, because you're up on the elevation, you can see
Oh, you're saying the
Well, you guys
forest
are-
is lower.
yeah, because there's a sheer cliff in behind the
Yeah.
windmill, and all of this cliff area here is
Okay.
a pretty high elevation above the trees. So you basically from here can see basically just this big gaping forest, and then you see a part in the forest along where the road would be. You may not see the road directly, but you see that there's just this line through the trees carved out, that kind of runs parallel with the lake. And you imagine it's oh, that has to be, and that goes all the way to the walled city. So they're oh, that's gotta be the road. It's pretty obvious from your high up vantage point. I don't think they give me an actual elevation. No, they don't. I can tell you how high the windmill is, but not how high up the windmill is, like from sea level.
Well, you can on the map. It has a key that tells you how much each of those eliminations is.
Yeah, but then I'd have to go and like find all the ones you've gone up.
Yeah, but you can count down too,
Yeah.
which I think is only one. Which I think might be 500 meters or something like that.
So what do Irina and Ismark? They don't know anything about the windmill. They tell you it's like I don't know, we know sort of Barovia. Like we don't. They basically tell you it's like we don't really get out too much away from the village. So like we don't know anything.
No one's mentioned the
Understandably.
windmill.
Yeah, no, nobody's mentioned. No, it's the first we've heard of it.
I'm down. Let's go take a look.
I mean, didn't they want to get to Valaki as soon as possible?
They wanted to get to it before dark.
Yeah, besides, we're running this train, not them.
I asked them, like,
Well,
do they have an issue with checking out the windmill?
No, they don't mind.
Let's go check out that
You know,
window.
they with
Why
your
not
goal
then?
in sight, they know that yeah, you guys could like you've got a couple like 2-3 hours at least of sort of extra time, and like if you really like pushed it, you could probably just sprint the whole way to the town, and if you were forced to, like if you were starting to really run out the daylight hours, or you could run back, go get that carriage, you'd get to Flecky in no time.
Alright, I mean, I'm down to check out the windmill then.
Go.
Sure.
Seems
Windmill it
seems
is.
spoopy.
Go.
So.
Check it out.
So you guys, let's move this up. You guys travel up to a windmill. So, oh, actually, I have a picture of it. Edit all players, save changes. Fuck, it's so annoying. Looks like this. So, the onion-domed edifice leans forward and to one side as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky. You see gray brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway leading to the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated.
Hey, this might be the nest of ravens.
Raven's Nest.
Hey, I have a name, okay?
What?
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 The name of the name of the windmill is Old
Oh.
Bone Grinder.
Oh.
I'm putting
Nope.
it in the title card.
Spoilers, but we don't see the name of the place
No, you,
over top of the building.
no, you guys, you find like an old sign like lying on the ground, like in the dirt. Like there's a reason I didn't bother cutting it out of the image. You find a sign just like lying on the ground. It's like oh, apparently this windmill is called Old Bone Grinder.
I pick it up and I say that to you guys.
you see Dusty basically like, has anybody got any rope? I want to wear this sign. I'm gonna be Old Bone
Wouldn't that
Grinder
be-
now.
Are you gonna keep that sign for whoever kills you?
What, then they get to be the Old Bone Grinder?
Yeah, because
They win the
they
they win
turn.
the title.
He's gonna keep it for he's gonna put it around the neck of the next lady of the evening he manages to find in like Valecki.
Yeah.
It's like, how about for 50 gold, you become Old Bone Grinder?
So many uses.
Oh,
It's all
man.
bone grinder. That's what they call my dick.
So,
Alright.
so the Raven basically like looks at all of you guys. Like it seems to be like looking directly at you. And he kind of like hops up and down and like squawks, like kind of like just sort of like hurriedly just keeps squawking at you.
Hey, buddy.
Seem alarmed or just curious?
Yeah, he seems. Hey, give me an insight check.
Inside check. I will do that. One.
I wish we could talk to animals.
Yeah, it's too bad you guys didn't have a druid.
I know.
Oh,
So yeah, you sense that like perhaps the Raven is trying to warn you.
does my sword speak crow?
No.
It's
So
a
it
raven.
Also, it's a
Beep.
raven.
Oh, Raven, damn it.
So after it can it keeps squawking and hopping at you for a minute, it flies off.
Aw.
Interesting.
Which,
Well, it
where's it
definitely
fly off to?
doesn't want us to
It
go in.
flies off. You see it head northwest towards Valeki. I should have made you roll perception, but that's fine. That would have been the DM thing to do. Oh well.
Here, I'll counter actively roll perception.
Man.
Did I say northwest? I meant southeast.
I mean, you see it get eaten by an even bigger raven.
This,
It disappears.
It's like, where did that raven go? Yeah, so you see the raven fly off towards the northwest, like towards the town of Valeki. You don't know if it was specifically heading there, because it's a tiny raven. You lose sight of it after a while. But that is the direction you see it seem to go.
I'll test the handle.
Why don't you knock?
why am I facing the wrong way?
Testing the handle, it does not seem to be locked.
Knock.
Knock.
Okay, you want me to knock? I'll knock first.
If
Where are
it's-
my manners? Silly me. Knock, knock, knock.
You have no problem knocking out, conscious people who can't knock a door.
I was raised in the wilderness by a hermit. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah, so are you knocking or
I mean,
kick
I'm
on?
like some pizza,
Okay.
some money.
You hear a crackly old voice from somewhere from deep within the windmill, like, what? What? Ah! And you hear like some thumping, like possibly somebody coming down some stairs, and the
Hey, they're
door
home.
after
I hear that and I walk up. It's like,
Step aside, I know how to handle this.
after
Losers in battle.
after
Quick, have an old off.
Yeah, after a minute or so, the door swings open, and you see a haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as wrinkled as a boiled apple answers the door.
very specific.
Hot.
Who boils apples?
Old
don't-
people.
Old people. Yeah, you can see she was boiling some apples in the back, and
It's
you look at her face, you look at the apples, and you look at her face, and you're like,
I've
never boiled apples.
yeah, that's
Never heard of that.
yeah.
Google it.
So yeah, she's like, "What do you want? Are you here to buy some pies?"
Oh, I guess you do it for
Ooh.
apple
Oh, yes!
cider.
We will buy
Pies.
pies.
I mean, now that you mention it,
Why not?
I will say you boil apples to make jam.
There you go. There's a reason to boil apples.
All right,
She's
fine.
like, all right.
What's in the pie?
Nah, don't worry about it. It's pie.
I'm a little bit worried about it.
Any pie is good pie.
I'm a little bit
So
worried
is it
about what's in the
raven
pie.
pie?
Well, see, I like a good fruit pie, but I don't
So
like
she's
it.
like, all right, just come in.
Pie,
I
I'll
just
miss that.
I just finished making a fresh batch. So inside, you see a wagon.
Just gonna go
You kind of look at the wagon, and then you look at the size of the door, and you're like, how does that wagon fit? And you decide like it's better just not to question.
Could have built it inside and just never left.
But the wagon does look like it looks well used, and you see that it's got like some pies in it as well. She's like, I haven't seen you lot around here. I guess,
now we're new to the area.
I heard about the local delicacies. I wanted to come try them out.
Like we typically we sell our pies in the village of Barovia to the townsfolk, but like, oh well, while you're here, if you want to buy them, 1 gold apiece.
What's in them? Curious.
She's like, oh, this and that. Like,
I like this. I like that.
Can you
Okay.
be a little
so
more
I will,
specific?
as you all walk in, the ground floor has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors.
This is literally like
Can
my
I-
grandma's
In
Can
addition
house.
to the cluckings of the chickens, you hear toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries blends horridly with the stench that burns your nostrils. The awful odor seems to be coming from an open, upright barrel in the corner of the room. Warmth issues from a brick oven against one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. Shrieks and cackles from somewhere higher up cause the old mill to shudder.
Wow. This place
Shrieks
must
and
be
cackles.
not up to code if people laughing makes this place shudder.
It was not called New Bone Grinder.
It's part of the charm.
Can I perception check to smell the pie and see what we're trying to get?
Sure.
I want to insight checker
Fuck.
this and that.
It's like even with your terrible roll, pie smells delicious. They smell really good.
I want to ask
have, like-
Ismark and Irina about
They smell
old
like a
lady selling
tart.
pies.
Ismark and Irina are just waiting outside. You guys were like the ones that wanted to check out the windmill, so they're just kind of poking about outside. Irina's sitting down, having a rest. You guys have been walking for hours, so she's just resting. You see her like not far, like she's 10, 15 feet from the front step, just sitting down, and Ismark is basically just not leaving her side because it's his job to protect his sister. So he's just gonna do that. Plus, it doesn't sound like she's selling booze, so he's not really all that interested.
So I'll ask her. She just sits there in this windmill and makes pies. That's what she does.
Well, and she goes and sells the pies in town.
Mhm.
If you want, you can even ask Ismark and Irina if you don't
I would
believe
like
her.
to.
So you go outside, and Ismark tells you, it's like, yeah, the old lady, I think her name is Morgantha. Yeah, I've seen her around town pushing a cart full of pastries, going from door to door selling them. It's like, I don't know, I've never tried them myself. More of a wine person than a pastry person.
Maybe they're
They
wine
popular?
pies.
Yeah, they're fairly popular.
Wine
I'll
pies?
pass.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you don't.
Wine pies.
The village doesn't really have much in the way of extravagant delicacies. Like her pies are probably the most extravagant thing that you would find in the town. So, people buy them.
Okay.
Get one for the dragon. We'll bring it back.
I ask how many different types do you have?
She's like, one type.
What flavor is it?
Pie.
She says,
Pie
I call them dream pies.
Pie flavored.
Pie brand pie.
I was gonna call them moon pies, but apparently there was like a copyright problem, so I settled
Then
with
it's been
dream
named
pies.
They're really,
pies,
they're
but
really
the
worried
search
about-
results are horrible.
They're really worried about copyright infringement here in Barovia.
I mean, how do you know? Maybe
Don't want
like
the government coming in.
How long do they last for? Like, how long till you would say they've gone too bad to eat?
She's like, well, they're a pie. I mean, they'll last forever. They'll probably last
You
a
got
few
like-
days.
yeah, a couple days, yeah.
Remember,
After 2 or 3 days, I would probably eat it before it goes bad.
we're in a world of no preservatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Or-
Everybody wants to know what this flavor is. I'm just gonna eat a pie. Just gonna eat one. Let's go.
You're just
Are you
gonna
are you gonna
take it?
pay for it, or are you
I'm gonna
gonna?
pay for it. I'm gonna hand her a gold, like here. I'm gonna eat the pie right now. I'm gonna eat
Yep.
it.
What does it taste like?
All of it? It's a lot of
All of it. All of it.
The entire
whole thing.
thing.
I think
I don't think they're.
more like
Yeah, they're like more. There's more small pies, so he could eat like all of it.
personal pan pie.
It's not like a full size
they're
pie.
like tarts.
It's like it's
Yeah.
like a
Like
little fried
tart
pie
sauce.
you get at the store.
Yeah,
One
it's
of
like
those.
if you go to one of those weird restaurants that have like instead of a slice of pie, it's like just
Are
a
they
small
royal
pie.
tarts?
No, it looks like a pie. It just looks like a little
The
meat
royal
pie.
Toter?
So
It's like a
yeah,
tart
you taste it.
pie shape.
Or taste it. You wolf it down. You hand her a gold. She hands you a nice warm pie from her stack that are cooling by the oven. You see, like there's more inside her oven right now. It looks like she's just in the middle of doing a batch of pie. So she gives you a fresh one instead of just giving you one of the ones out of the cart. Do I have? What do the pies taste like? I know they taste delicious.
I'm sure.
I thought there was actually a specific.
Good pie.
I thought there was actually a specific thing for the. Oh, here we go. Yeah, they look. It looks and tasted like a small mincemeat pie.
Y'all missed that.
So
Oh,
give
missed
me a Constitution saving throw.
Too sweet, he throws up.
So
Jesus.
So you guys look over at Lawage, and he like wolfs this pie down, and then he just kind of like closes his eyes and gets this like just big grin on his face, and he's like, like he looks like so happy and satisfied. Lawage, you aren't in the windmill anymore.
I'm not?
No, you just kind of like all of a sudden like the scene changes and you're in this massive library. There's stacked books everywhere. You've got like a big stack in front of you of things you've been reading, and then a man comes into the room. You recognize him as one of your faithful servants here in your lovely mansion, and he says, "Master, it is prepared for you." And you get like a big smile on your face. It's like, "Oh, good." And you follow him, and you leave your giant, well-stocked library, moving through your large mansion to one of the like corner towers. You take the stairs down. He leads you to a cellar. There's a big wooden cellar door. You open it, and inside the room is pretty stark. Like this looks like it used to maybe be a wine cellar, but you've kind of cleared it out. The only things in the room as you kind of enter and close the door behind you are a small wooden table with a bunch of metal instruments on top of it, and then right beside that is a chair, and tied to the chair is a goblin, and the goblin just seems to be struggling, and it's it's gagged, so you just hear sort of muffled, terrified kind of squeals. And you just get like a big grin on your face as you bolt like the door closed. And so the rest of you see Lawage. He looks like he's having
Christ.
he's just standing there with his eyes closed, looking like he's having like the most wonderful dream he's ever had. Like he looks so happy to all of you.
That good, huh?
Oh, it's amazing. Oh my god.
Well, actually, he wouldn't even be able to respond to us with that. He would just
You ask him if it's good, and he just doesn't even say anything. He's just basically he looks almost asleep on his feet. Like you can see he's breathing in that, so he's not like petrified or anything terrible, but he just like looks like he's almost in some kind of trance.
What exactly you put into these pies again? Other than this and that?
She's like, oh, there's some chicken. And some other things. It's like yes, I'd like to think that my pies help to alleviate some of the terrible feelings that come with living in a place such as this. There are many people in Barovia that are unhappy. I like to think that my pastries help to ease that burden.
You just make them get super high.
It's like I don't know what you're talking about. Your friend is fine.
As she says that, I just like look at Lawage as he's just like drooling on the ground.
No, he's standing there. He's standing. He looks kind of glassy eyed. Just this big grin on his face.
I mean, I'm not gonna, I'm not mad about it. I'm just, it's funny. I think it's funny.
I ask her how long it lasts.
Yeah, when's he gonna wake? When's he gonna wake up?
She's like, oh, it's like he's fine. She goes over and she just kind of like grabs his shoulder and just kind of like shakes him a bit, and you see him just kind of like oh, what? Like he kind of like you caught him. Basically, kind of like he almost like dozed off for a second, but it seemed like. Like all she did was just kind of like nudge him a bit, and he just kind of snapped out of whatever he was thinking about. Lawage, you blink your eyes and you're back in the windmill again, and the world feels colder and more depressing, and all you can think about is how wonderful that place was that you just were, and how you long to return to it.
I was in the middle of removing his toes. It was going so well.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Thing was plugged. It was so great.
A who now?
Dude, leave
What
Spug
the
Who's
hell?
alone.
Slug?
A
Is that
who?
Yeah.
Don't listen. It's over.
I think it's official that Lawash's characters actually met the same Splug. It just lived for hundreds of years.
He
for some
wasn't a
reason.
paladin. He's been a rogue all along. Alright.
I mean, technically that was only like 10 years ago.
Well, no. I mean, this character has met Splug because Splug ran off.
Well, it's entirely possible that this character has met Splug, because yeah, Splug just ran away from that dungeon, and you never saw him again.
Maybe he was part of the same slave labor.
Maybe. Can I have another pie?
No.
I
We can
think
take them to
I
go.
think we're gonna leave.
yeah, we got a train to catch.
I'll
Yeah.
like
We'll come back
go-
for some
I'll-
more
I'll
later,
switch to the lady,
maybe.
Be like, but on the down low, can I like get like 2 or 3, please?
We're
She's
all staring right at you.
she's like, that's an awful lot of pies. You gonna be able to eat all that?
Oh,
So she offers to sell you as many pies as you want. They're all a gold.
I'll take 3.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna walk over to the smelly stuff and see if I can determine what it is. Because I think it's what's causing this hallucination. I don't know what I'd roll. The
know what you-
perception?
yeah, give me a perception. It looks like an old, like, it just looks like a, it
Yeah.
looks like a barrel of just this dark, oozy substance. She's like, oh, that's just some old, like, byproduct. I've been meaning to dump that out.
Oh, it's not even what's in it, it's what came out of it?
No, it looks like, she's like, yeah, no, that's just, like, wastewater, stuff like that. You know, the plumbing in this place is terrible. Like, it doesn't exist. And
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
gonna
even,
say-
and I don't know what plumbing even is, so.
I was gonna say, this is the ground floor and there's no plumbing. If there's plumbing above, it goes right into this floor.
It could go right into that bucket. So, so you guys, again, hear some, like, kind of cackling, and enough that you guys are probably, like, a couple of you probably, like, look up the stairs. And she's like, oh, those are my daughters. It's like, they're supposed to be down here helping me with the pies, but they just spend most of their time goofing off. Ingrates.
eating the
Do any of you have children? Let me tell you, it's terrible.
Yeah,
Want us to go
way
talk to
about
them?
these folks
We might
right
be able
here.
to.
So, like, as you're kind of conversing with her too, you also give me perception checks. Anybody that cares.
I care.
If you don't give a shit, you don't have to give me a perception check. But just if anybody's,
Spoilers, it's everyone but Lawaj.
I just want more pies, man.
And bones, apparently.
Oh, I
Yeah,
just
but-
turned down the pie. I guess I wouldn't like just abandon you guys.
Oh, he was nowhere in the building.
No.
so the only one that actually did roll was Dusty.
No, we all rolled.
We
Oh,
all
we all rolled.
Three people rolled.
Oh, okay. You know what? I confused yours roll, Jez, for the one that you made earlier. That's why I thought only
Yeah.
Dusty did, because I must have been looking away when it did that.
I
So
rolled leagues better.
yeah. So Pyro, you and Wacky, you can kind of hear sort of in between the like cackling of what are clearly two like female voices. They sound younger than Morgantha here. But they sound kind of old too.
They're like 80.
Yeah. It's getting Dusty all hot and bothered. So yeah, in between like the cackling and that, you think you hear like crying, like almost like a child like crying in like pain or fear. I don't know. Could just be the wind.
Oh, since I
I'm
don't hear
gonna
anything.
say like, oh, you know what? We could really talk to your daughters for you. It's so wrong that you're an old lady over here, children not like respecting their parents. What is this bullshit? We'll go talk to them for you.
She's like, She's like, okay, I really appreciate that. And she yells out, like, Athalia, Bella, come down here.
Single mothers.
I'm gonna
right?
walk out, like go
So-
around the tower, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
So, Athalia, you see two more old ladies. Do I have a better... So, yeah... Oh, no, they're not old. You see two ugly young women wearing silk shawls and gowns of stitched... Yeah, these bitches just be ugly, man. Just uggos. Like 2 out of 10s, man. Just the way that's worded is just funny. So, yeah, you see two ugly young women wearing silk shawls and gowns of stitched... like, they looks like they're wearing, like, gowns of, like, just stitched, tattered fabric. You see long needles sticking out of their tangled mops of black hair. And they're like, what? What is it, mother?
And I'm like, how dare you disrespect your mother like this? She's down here working
real quick.
all hard all day, and you guys are upstairs like
I
playing.
grab him on the shoulder.
Real quick.
Stop talking. Stop. They're not your children.
I went outside the tower and I cast
Yeah.
invisibility.
Oh, I heard you.
Okay, then I'm gonna come back again.
So are you going to push Bones out of the way so that you can...
Nope, I'm just gonna.
Well,
Wait for
Bones
him to
is
come down.
technically in the doorway, so you're
Oh,
going to
is
have
he?
to... Well, yeah, look at him. He's standing in the doorway.
Well, I would have stopped and like tapped him on the shoulder.
Jesus Christ, what? What was that?
Get the fuck out of my way.
Oh God! It's the spirit of Wacky. She died.
So, you see Morgantha kind of like crane past Lawage a little bit, wondering what all the commotion outside is.
Sorry. I just thought I was having a heart attack. False alarm. My bad.
And I'm just like, what,
Are
Dusty?
you the
You
one
just let your
that should
children
be
just
worried
do
about
whatever?
that?
Let's just wait out here then, shall I?
I'm like, what, Dusty? You just let your children do whatever? I'm not young. Like,
Are you their father?
I'm sorry, our monk seems to be coming off of some drugs. He's usually much more hyper. Or she's usually much more hyper.
You know what she needs? Some pie.
I'm good. Thank you.
No, dude, they're do
yes,
it.
she could use some pie. Go help your mother make some pie.
Do you want some pie?
Want some pie? Of course you do.
I don't want pie.
Of course you
I'm
do.
just gonna like lean into like Dusty and whisper like, I heard something crying.
What?
And I lean a little bit closer and like, just something fishy.
Fish in here.
As all the women in the room roll perception checks.
I roll a perception check to see them looking at us intently and see how to follow up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Technically, that would be in
Insight.
insight check.
Insight?
Yeah. I guess. Do you have perception as a trained skill?
No.
So insight would just be the same thing then. I'll just take the same roll. Like if you're not trained in perception, you're not going to be trained in insight either. So the roll would be exactly the same. You think you kind of glance, like Morgantha kind of looking over at you, but when you sort of like turn to look back at her, she seems to like look away and be, helping Lawage like finish packing up his pies.
Yeah.
Just putting them in like a nice to-go box for him.
Yeah. I just say,
Can I see you outside, please?
We really need to get
Fine.
better branding on those boxes.
He's like, well,
Are people
we
gonna know
usually
what it is?
sell them in the town. We don't usually have people come here and buy them. You know, we're awfully far
They
away
don't buy
from the
them
village. No, usually they wait for delivery.
Not delivery.
I'm just like pressed up
It's
against
a
the wall
genre.
right now.
And I whisper.
How
to
long
Dad,
does
I'm
invisibility last? It's 1 minute.
An
No.
hour.
Oh no, it's an hour.
If
That's
it's
right.
the regular, it's an hour.
Yeah,
Yep.
no,
But
greater
that's-
greater is a minute.
Greater's
some
the
reason.
better.
It's because,
Because
you
you
can
can
attack
do
with it.
anything while you're invisible. That's the
Ah.
ticket.
Yeah.
While we're walking out, I'm like yelling at Dusty like, "They're children. They should respect their mother." And blah blah blah. Until we get to the side, and I hunch down. I'm just like, "Dude, there's something crying up there. This does not seem natural."
I mean, did it sound like a baby or something?
Did it sound like a baby's epic?
No, it sounded like a child. Like
Sounded like
You
a
know,
child.
6 or 7 years old, something like that.
Okay, well,
And if
you know.
these ugly ladies are laughing, that means it's bad.
What?
They're
Ugly
deformed
Are
brothers,
you saying
sloth.
ugly people aren't allowed to laugh?
Children crying? No.
Saying ugly people aren't allowed to have children?
Huh?
Doesn't seem good, is all I'm saying. I think
Same.
we should go upstairs and see what's happening.
I mean, if you want to inquire, you can do that. You can ask what that was. I'm not gonna go upstairs.
Are these two witches, these two lovely ladies, blocking up the entire staircase right now?
Pretty much.
Okay, then I will
It's
remain.
not. It is not a very big staircase. It's basically a person's width. And they're both just kind of like one standing a little higher up than the other.
You're not gonna just walk up there.
I'm not. But do you see Karen anywhere?
No.
Exactly.
Do you, Pyro?
Given
No,
given
I
my
don't.
previous hijinks, I mean, is this too surprising?
Who else? What were your guys'
All I'm gonna
perceptions?
say is the last time we
Wacky.
sent someone on a recon mission.
Wacky and Pyro.
Damn it.
Yeah,
was-
Wacky and Pyro rolled pretty good. I will also say, you guys, you were perceptive enough. You notice that you see small bones littering the flagstone floor. You know, they could be human bones. They could be animal bones. They look kind of like human bones.
There are
We'll
chickens.
also relay this information to Dusty. And be like, do you think we should investigate now or not?
No.
Because these are the pies we want to feed our little fairy dragon friend. So I think we should be thorough and checking, make sure, like, he doesn't die off of them.
So,
I'll probably wander over to the chickens. They took a while.
Alright, fine.
Wherever
Mr.
the chickens are.
Subtlety.
Walk back
Oh,
in.
they're in the coop.
Morgantha finishes packing up Lawage's pies. She's like, "Well, if that's going to be it, were anyone else interested in pies, or?"
I'll be
Or-
like, I'm interested in pies, but I would rather your children help you do this. This is absurd. Those two should be beside you. You should be sitting down. You look like you're about to fall. And I come over to her. I'm like,
As
let's
that's
get you
happening,
sitting down somewhere.
I just come sit against the wall.
Okay,
Like,
give
sit
me
beside
a
Dusty.
persuasion check.
I like how you're persuading her to persuade her children.
She's like, "You hear that, you two ingrates?" like, you know what? You're absolutely right. And she goes marching up the stairs, and she grabs like one of them. She grabs the one in the blue, and drags her down, and just kind of pushes her into the middle of the room. And she says, "You and your sister are going to finish this batch of pies, and I'm going to sit upstairs and give my feet a rest, as I deserve it. Thank you, young man. I tell you what,
Absolutely.
you can have a pie on the house.
Thank you so much.
Ophelia, give him a pie." And then she marches up. She marches upstairs and just shoulders past the other
I'm
one.
gonna follow behind her, I guess, so I can get past.
Give me a dexterity check, because the window of because you basically she's gonna shoulder past her daughter. I'll say that I'm gonna have her roll. Okay, so she does not beat that. So you manage to just slip past the other daughter as Morgantha heads up the stairs. She basically like shoulders hard past her daughter, almost knocking her off the stairs, and then her daughter just kind of like regains her footing, but you just manage to just kind of slip along the wall. You kind of, and Morgantha starts like you see her like walking across. Wacky, you've made it up to this side, so I will tell you. Not the first half of that, because that's the woman, and she's not up here. So the dirt-caked windows allow very little light to enter this 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large millstone connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room. A stone staircase continues up towards the sound of not loud cackling, because they're now downstairs. Bella kind of, while this is happening, the other sister starts like grudgingly, like almost moping like down the stairs.
Like
Ophelia,
daughters do.
yeah.
No way to treat your mother.
Ophelia starts like packing up a pie for Pyro. And
Would you say that this room is in dim light?
Yeah. I didn't bother making any of the rooms pitch black because they wouldn't be pitch black. Yeah, so it's dimly lit. So you see Morgantha. She's like muttering under her breath a little bit. And stupid daughters and appreciate all the things I do for them. They weren't. If I didn't have use for them, I'd get rid of them. If you are still following her, give me a stealth check.
Yep.
I have to actually look up what her passive perception is.
I am gonna wait for her to get up to the top of the stairs before I follow, though.
Well, you've followed to the bottom
Yeah,
of the stairs,
yeah, I
though.
know, I know.
Across a creaky floor. Oh my god, this book is falling apart. Passive perception is that. Okay. So you see her stop about halfway up the stairs, and she kind of like...
They just freeze.
She just kind of like looks to like the left and right, and she's like, huh? And you see her continue on, and she heads up further.
And I will follow. Just sort of like peek up, see, look into the room.
Well,
Give me a stealth check. Because it is a very...
Of course.
So, you
That
make
green
it...
box will be on the other side.
You make it to the top of the stairs. Morgantha is... she's probably about here. And she turns to the stairs, and she says, "Who's there? Who is that following me?" And you see her, like, walk back towards the stairs to see if...
Back the
Like,
fuck up.
I told both of you, you're not done until those pies are finished. And she comes, like, kind of marching, like, halfway down the stairs.
God.
And she stops there and kind of looks around. Meanwhile, what is everybody else doing in the ground floor?
I'm standing here making sure they're making more pies instead of just the one they gave me. Like, you guys should still
I'm
be
just
helping your
shaking
mother.
my
like...
head, sitting down in disapproval.
Oh shit! What are you doing?
What?
Maybe the rogue should be on this
Stealing
mission,
his pie.
not the bard.
Well, first of all, you have to announce what you're doing before you roll.
Damn it. I'll roll again.
Wasted.
You can't-
Boiled again.
it'd be funny if it's a nat
Damn
one.
it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have their attention though.
So,
like,
the other one... so, you kind of start, like, reaching out for, like, one of the other pies that are sitting off to the side, and then, like, one of them kind of snaps around and is like, "Hey! Pies are a gold each."
I was stealing his pie, not theirs.
Alright, and then she kind of like slithers over to you and kind of like starts like twirling some of your hair in her finger and says like, "Well, maybe we can make other arrangements for the pie."
Jesus.
5
Gonna be like-
gold.
And then you
I
see
touch you. 5 gold. You touch me.
I love how that's
That
become
guy.
that's become the theme of this campaign. 5 gold, I touch you. 5 gold, you touch me.
You probably never thought that would make it this far.
He is the end boss of this campaign.
So, meanwhile,
you know,
what
in
are
the-
you doing?
So Ophelia basically she starts like going over to the oven. She like basically turns away, like shaking her head at her sister. She's like, "Bella, grow up." And she's like, she goes over and starts like poking around at the pies that are in the oven.
I'm like, speaking of growing up, like, how long have you guys been in this, old bone grinder place? Great name, by the way.
And Bella kind of like walks up and gets kind of uncomfortably close to you and tells you, "I could show you the old bone grinder."
I just held my head up and said, "No!"
You know, that has to be a sex position on Urban Dictionary by now.
Probably.
Meanwhile,
Ophelia basically just like turns back like at her sister. She's like, "Bella, down. Stop it."
Stop.
because
And then she just kind of like slinks off, and you see her start like. You know,
Hashtag bone
she basically like throws some ingredients like half-heartedly onto like the table. It looks like she might be making bread, but you know, she basically just like she's barely even trying. She's like just throwing things on top of the table and pretending to like work. And then Ophelia kind of turns to the rest of you and she's like, "What exactly are you still doing here, anyways? You bought your
I make a
pastries."
silent prayer to my God. Just be like, so what are you putting in there? Like, tell me. Like, I'm kind of like almost flirting with her now.
Oh my
I am
fuck.
so confused.
I've been trying to say this entire time that because I haven't seen anything wrong or have any reason to be here, I'm like, well, why is no one else leaving yet?
I mean, I was just.
So then she basically kind of like slithers up to you and whispers in your ear. She puts both arms like around your neck and leans in really close and whispers, "The secret ingredient is love." And then she winks at you.
I just stand up.
Meanwhile, I'm about to get my ass kicked.
So Morgantha,
Please go back to being
she's gonna make a perception check. So she kind of stops about like 2 feet from you, like on the stairwell, and she looks. You see her looking like right through you, because you're invisible. And she's just like looking down the stairs. And you see her craning her neck to kind of see down below, like where the third floor is, so she can kind of see the room below, without having to actually like climb all the way back down the stairs. Satisfied that no one seems to be following her, that she's hearing things, she slowly starts making her way back up.
Carl's like, oh my god, bless Tamora. Alright.
You see her like start walking like through the room, and then you hear like a whimpering sound, like childlike, like just pained whimpering and crying coming from a big crate in the side of the room. And you see, like, as she's walking by, Morgantha just kind of like goes up to the box and is like, "Oh, shut up, will you?" And she kicks the box. And then like the crying kind of like it stifles, but it like doesn't completely go away. And she goes and sits down. She sits on the bed and just kind of stares. She doesn't like go to sleep or anything. She just sits on the bed. Or
What's in the box?
I'm gonna go back downstairs now.
are you going to do it stealthily?
I will.
Wait, you didn't want to even see what's in the box?
I think I'm gonna like uninvis myself up here in front of her.
So,
Look.
you slowly slink down the stairs as quietly and carefully as you can, keeping one eye on Morgantha at all times. And yeah, she doesn't seem to take any notice or turn towards you. And eventually you're out of sight, and boop, you're back
I'd
down
like
here.
to go back to the first floor.
Boop.
Yep.
At this
By
point,
which time I hope
you
that
see, like, you come back
away.
down and you see Dusty and Danny leaving.
Oh, I'm already outside.
Yeah, well, like, she basically comes down at the point where a couple of you were already, like, walking out the door.
Alright, well I come over here and I'm gonna reveal myself, I guess.
So, Bella basically, like, as, like, Pyro's kind of, like, walking away, she, like, gives you, like, a little wave, and, you see her, like, do that, like, biting her lip thing, except there's only, like, one tooth. Where there should be, like, a few, it's just, like, this
Wait, Jafar, can I
one,
talk to you?
just snaggly tooth that, like, bites it. So it's, like,
I'm
really,
busy.
it's like, oh, that's really, oh.
I hear wacky. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like,
oh yes, please.
Hey, Pyro, can you give me a performance check?
Okay.
As she kind of sexily gives you a
Alright.
goodbye. Let's see if you can kind of hold your poker face and your visible disgust. Well, I mean, for all I know, your character could be into this kind of thing. I am assuming a lot, but yeah, no, you hold up. Yeah, you manage to just straight face, like, yeah, okay. We'll see you later.
If
honey.
she's ugly enough, it might actually be a Constitution check.
She's not quite that. She's ugly, but she's not like this is hurting my soul ugly.
She's not Morgantha ugly.
Alright, so somewhere over here, it's gonna get everybody to come over where I am.
Like, lean against the wall and like hold my eye.
It's like has
Like,
like
story time.
Pyro's the last one to leave, and Bella goes and closes the door behind him, and Aphalia says to her sister as Pyro's leaving, it's like you're hopeless. God, you're annoying. And
Time to go, guys.
Hey, story time. There's kids up there in the attic.
I'm just holding my eye. It's like, why? Why?
Listen, I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I had to go through that. There's kids up in the attic. Something tells me that I have an idea.
Irene and Ismark are like those ladies have children. That's so nice.
Yeah,
don't
in a
think
box.
You're just babysitting.
Like, what-
It's fine.
It's like, well,
You
what-
babysit children in a
I think
box.
he's just a child.
We gotta do
Ismark said, like, pipes up, and he's like, kids love boxes. Or is that cats?
We gotta do something.
I can't remember.
Well, how do you know they're kids?
We heard them.
Very clearly, a child crying.
Yeah.
Getting kicked. inside
Pyro
a box.
suspected. Wacky is pretty sure it sounded like a child because she got way closer to it. Like, Pyro could have been mistaken. He wasn't 100% sure. That's just kind of what it sounded like, but Wacky can be fairly sure.
Yeah. Either way.
Or something
there's
that sounds
something
like
there.
a child.
Well, yeah, I'm out of game. I wish you would have actually looked in the box to make sure. But that being said, protecting children and orphans is kind of part of my character trait. So I'm gonna be like, "What's the plan? I'm gung ho.
I
Let's do
was
this."
put in a box once upon a time too, so I'm very much against this right now.
I say we go in there. Pyro, you distract Bella. I'm gonna grapple and
Oh
hold
God,
down
don't make me
Ophelia.
do this again.
He likes you. Dude. He likes you. We just grapple them. Get them to tell us what's upstairs, or we knock them out, or whatever we have to do.
Are we sure they're human? Just question.
You can't. Well,
Looked human to you.
I look at Pyro, the person who can sense if things are human or not. Pyro, are you sure that's human?
You're asking
I
Pyro
like
to play
sense that.
paladin.
Through the door? No. I do not believe you can.
No, not through the door.
Like, what would I do to do
It's
that?
out
Is
of
that a
game,
spell I have, or-
divine
Read
sense.
the character book.
Yeah,
Okay.
right?
Read the manual that tells you how to use your powers.
It goes for 30 feet, but it stops at closed doors.
Yeah.
Or close.
It
Or
basically,
walls.
yeah, like anything that would block line of sight, essentially. Like it could go around a box, but it's not going to pierce through like a
Is
building.
it just something he sort of does mentally, or does it actually require him to do an action, like a physical thing?
It's
It
yeah, it's
requires
something
an
he's
action.
going to have to I believe it does require some kind of action to perform. So it's not something he just gets to automatically hand wave and be like, oh, everything
I
that's
think
evil,
he
I
meant-
have to tell Pyro because he's always
I
doing
think
it.
you meant, is it
What I
obvious that
meant-
he's doing it? But
Yeah, are
it's-
they gonna notice this? is what I
It's
was
more
getting
of a concentration thing. Like, you concentrate to feel this evilness.
Just get up all close to her and start divine sensing.
at. All right.
Either
Well,
way,
I say
you know
that
what? Human or not, we gotta do something.
I say that we grapple. I'll grapple the Ophelia chick.
Yeah.
Pyro, you do the Bella chick, and then the rest of you bum rush the stairs.
You could have worded that better.
Let's see. So Irina seems somewhat concerned. She doesn't like the sound of children falling ill. Falling.
Well.
She doesn't
Falling
like
dead.
children being harmed. She does kind of question, she questions you a little bit. It's like, well, did you see the child though? Like, are you 100% sure? And Ismark
I'm
just
sure
doesn't
enough.
give a shit. He's like, we're here to get Irina to Valeki. That's all I give a care. That's all I give a shit about. It's not my kids.
I'm-
Like,
You two wait here. You two wait here.
I'm sure enough. These people don't exactly give off a very good vibe.
Seem nice enough to me.
And I'm looking right at Lawaj when I say this.
They're nice people. They seem really good.
There's
Shut
drugs
up,
in the
Watch.
pie.
I don't know. So the Waj seems to just really enjoy it. He seemed
Alright, let's
really
just-
happy.
Let's just go tell them that we want more pie. We decided to get more.
I'm down with that.
Maybe
plan.
Turns
I
out
could've
our
gone
rogue is a bit pie crazy.
I
now.
raised
Think of it.
myself.
I'll just kind of whisper in Watch's ear, like, if we knock him out, you get to hit all the pie you want.
Let's go. All right, let's go.
I just hope to make eye contact with Ismark, and I just kind of slowly close my eyes and just start shaking my head.
What?
So I will also say that, like,
Jesus,
even though they're, like, right here, Ismark and Irina are probably, at this point, 100 feet away from the windmill. They're kind of down the path a bit. That's where they're kind of waiting for you.
Okay.
Even though they're here. So, and that's where you guys are, too, discussing this.
Wowing.
Yeah. You're not, like, powwowing a foot from the door. You're,
That would
like,
be
100... You're, like, 100 feet back down the path. Like, kind of just talking. At, like, sort of the outskirts of the property.
out of earshot. Alright, so is everybody cool with the plan?
We're gonna go back.
Bring
Gonna
the
distract
daughters.
those two, probably with some pie talk, and
We came back
maybe
to
some
get more
other kind of
pie.
pie talk.
Oh god.
Stop playing with
Yeah.
your
Even I
fidget
didn't
spinner,
go there.
Lawaj.
But he needs to
Alright.
fidget. And
And
spin.
then
What are you
I'd
guys
say
doing?
Jez, Wacky, and Watch go upstairs. I see you stay with us.
What if the old lady is downstairs?
I doubt it, but maybe. If she is, then we're all
She
staying
seemed
here.
pretty.
Basically, I'm
I
saying-
mean, she was pretty intent on resting.
The three of you go for the old lady. The three of us will do the daughters. Giggity.
I don't know
guess.
if spinning the
I
party.
think I've
is a
seen
great
this
idea.
video.
Yeah.
No.
All right, fine. Well, let's subdue the daughters first, and then we'll
Yeah.
all go.
I definitely have seen this
Yeah,
video.
let's not split the party.
Go better.
That,
Where's the pizza boy? Where's he?
I am the pizza boy.
Well,
all right, let's go.
they are meat pies.
All right,
I'm gonna go.
Pyro.
It would
I'll
be
follow
wrong
you.
to not eat her pie.
I'm gonna
Like-
knock on the door.
Oh, hey, we want more pie.
Have Waj do it. He's a crazy one.
So, Pyro knocks on the
Just
door,
Go in.
and you hear one of the voices. You hear the less sensual voice kind of call out, like what? Like, what do you want? We're trying to get this done, so we're mother get off our backs. We gave you your pies. What do you want?
We want more pies. These are. We feel like we could bring these back to our friends elsewhere,
Yeah, you
like
wanna
show
see
other
her.
people.
Don't embellish
Yeah,
it.
these
Just
are
keep it
good
simple. Say
pies,
we
man.
wanted to buy more pies.
Give me
You lied like my
a deception check.
God. Here we go.
Good day,
That is
hotshot.
taking forever to load. The cell phone.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
fail.
that's a bad one.
Kick the door down.
Like, okay, I was lying. I actually came back for your sister. I just had to get me a piece of that pie.
I mean, if Pyro said that,
Please
I
kick
would
the door
totally
down.
maybe accept that.
No, he's
I was
telling
going
Pyro to say
I was
that.
going to.
Bones is Cyrano de Bergerac here. He's fucking like whispering it in
Like whispering.
Pyro's ear. Bones is in a bush with his head poking out. It's like, tell her you want her sister. Do it. Chicks love that.
Take that.
Chicks always love it when you're into their sister.
Call out Bella's name.
Okay,
I love her
so
in Twilight.
give me another deception check.
Please. Please crit it.
Fuck this up.
Oh god.
Hey, if he gets it really good, he will fuck it up.
Christ.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh
God.
god.
Oh no.
Really, Pyro? Is it a deception
Do it.
or is
Do
it
it
a
for the kids.
persuasion?
Do it for the kids.
He's gonna come out with me, just pull him in, and just shut the door again.
So the door opens,
So, you find a
and
way
you
out
see
here.
Bella standing like in the doorway. And she kind of like sensually leans in the door frame. It's like, I knew you'd be back for more.
Gonna go for a
Oh,
walk.
it's for the kids.
I rush in, I move in, I like, move her away from the door. Like, I go
Uh,
Full rusher.
pull her in.
Like, so give me,
Bracer.
yeah, so you're gonna have to make an attack roll if you're just gonna bull rush her out of the way.
No, not like I'm attacking her. I'm like,
Eventually embracing her.
yeah, sort of.
Like,
Just
picking
You're-
her up and
trying not to
taking her
look at her
away.
at the same
Just
time.
tell her, be like, let's go back inside, baby.
You're attacking her fast.
So as you start to like push on her, she kind of pushes you away, and she's like, "Whoa, who do you? Don't just put your hands all over me like that. Who do you think you are?"
I'm getting mixed
And
messages here now.
she slaps you across the face.
Just want to get
Oh yeah,
back
that's
out the
gonna hit.
window.
That's like a 21 versus AC. So she does 1 point of damage. She
Which
just
is
kind of
what?
like, actually, yeah, I'll say 1 point damage. It's not a really hard like I'm going to kill you slap, but there's some force behind it. So she does 1 point of damage,
Remember?
Which is
and she's like,
does that count
I-
as slashing, bludgeoning, or whatever.
it would be bludgeoning.
So I don't get it.
I'm going to say that this beats your thing, because I was going to do this as a full-fledged thing with dice rolls, but I'm doing the 1 HP. She's specifically... I'm not going to allow your armor to take this because it wasn't a hit to your armor. It was a hit directly to
Fine.
your cheek.
Fine.
Your armor does not protect your cheek.
If you're wearing a full face mask, maybe.
But
Ow.
she just kind of like gets this scowl on her face. She's like, I didn't realize you were like that. You know what? I want you and your friends to leave. And she just kind of like
Don't
points
fucking
past.
Apologize, just stab her.
She kind of like points past you, like to the road, and she seems really angry now that you tried to like.
Pyro?
She really doesn't seem to like the fact that you forced yourself on her like that.
Pyro, apologize.
Pyro,
Say,
there's
you
kids
just got so
in the
excited.
attic.
I'm
It was
just
the
gonna
smell
be
of the
like,
pies
well,
and your
I
beauty
tried
just
to be
overwhelmed
nice.
me.
I'm
You just
gonna
go
be like-
murdering people.
I tried, and wow, that was terrible. But like, I'm pushing her into the room now. This is just now I'm shoving her.
She opposes it, and you push on her, and she just doesn't budge. Like,
And you're like, well,
it's not so much that you are not strong. Like, she just stops. Like,
You
it,
didn't
it
expect that type of resistance.
like it basically, it's like you tried to push someone of your size and weight, and like, like someone like beefy and that can hold their own. Like, she just like, it's like a brick shithouse all of a sudden. You just push her, and she just doesn't move, and she just like narrows her eyes at you as you've made this
I'm gonna look back
aggressive.
in the room, just like, do you guys see this? This is
So-
funky.
Now that you have aggressively attacked at her, it is time to roll initiative.
Why do we do that?
You guys suck at RP. But so do I, so it's okay.
Bella,
That's when you should have
Ophelia.
narrowed your eyes and seen what she was. It would make no sense.
Yeah, he never did use his divine
Yeah,
sense,
forgot
did he?
to.
That happens to all paladins we play with, don't worry.
That's fun.
Just
That's
undead
Morgantha.
and-
No.
Nope.
No, it's basically detect good and it's basically detect evil. I think pretty
It's
much.
more like it detects extraplanar entities. Because it does.
We are in a different dimension, though, aren't we? Technically.
No, well, I mean, it
Yeah, but
detects
you-
fiends, fae, it detects
Celestials, I believe.
celestials,
That's what I'm saying. It's not really.
and elementals?
So
something.
Unless these are
Morgantha.
demons or undead, I don't know.
Boom, boom, boom. Morgantha's got a 17. I'm adding to the initiative, but she's not currently aware of what is going on. The daughters, 12 and 15. Bella will be 12, and Ophelia will be 15. Ophelia? I don't really know what I want to have that. It's Awful Leah. It's probably supposed to be a pun on awful, maybe, possibly. Bella will go after Lawage. Everybody else looks good. Dusty, spry for an old man, you leap to action. What do you do?
With just the most amount of apathy that I've had for anything in this entire adventure, I walk up from over here and just whisper at you.
What in the hell are you doing?
Can I whisper back at him right now, or do I have to wait till my turn?
You can whisper back.
I feel like Dusty
I
completely
have no
forgot our
fucking
plan.
idea anymore.
No, I know the plan.
The plan got
I'm just-
fucked when
I'm
Pyro
just-
fucked it.
I just knew that it was probably going to fail.
Yeah, I mean, I had
Well,
to as well. I was
To
expecting
be
to
fair,
take
he
the
thought that he could take the ugly little woman. It's not his fault that he didn't. It is his fault that he didn't realize he
No,
could.
it's whatever.
Because he could have figured out that he couldn't take the ugly little
No,
woman.
actually,
But
There's only ever been one
Divine
time
Sense
when we've been
doesn't-
clever and had
wouldn't
shit work
work.
out.
Can I okay, can I insight check to see if she's like ready to start attacking us or something?
you don't really need the insight check. She looks pretty aggressive.
Okay. Just okay.
The
Does it
call
look
for
like
initiative is our sign.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, she looks ready to throw down now. The sexual advance was enough to like get the fuck out of here, but then Pyro basically trying to shove her into the windmill and push basically bull rush her. Like
Right.
She was hot.
that was enough for that was basically like a physical attack. Like he may as well smacked her upside the head with a sword.
Well, I can either diffuse the situation or I could extremely exacerbate it.
Exacerbate it.
I don't want to exacerbate it. That's not what I would do.
Well, you do think that they may exasperate it for you. Exasperate. I can't
If
do
they
words
do
today.
that, there's nothing I can do, but I don't want to exacerbate this, so I will just tell her.
If you want to, you could also hold your action. Like you could also prep something.
Yeah.
And that is also a thing you could do, where you could be like, I prep a firebolt or whatever, and if she makes some kind of aggressive move, like she's gonna hurt Pyro, I'm gonna use it.
Yeah. No,
That's
know.
the type of thing you could do.
I kind of feel like Pyro deserves it.
It's also true. Also true.
That's you know what? I want to diffuse the situation. I want to get a move on. I'm sick of getting involved in other people's business.
Business.
We have our own job to do, and I'm sick of I'm sick of all this. So I'm gonna look at Bella.
Look, you give this man one good punch in the face, and then we are going to leave. I don't want to exacerbate this issue anymore. I don't know what the hell this guy's trying to do now, but I want to get out of here. So you slap him once, and then we're gonna leave, cause he deserves at least one, I think. The one though, one.
Give me persuasion check.
Okay. Whammy.
Dusty, we're not gonna leave.
Did
So
Dusty.
you say this to her, and she kind of looks at you, and then she looks directly into Pyro's eyes and says, "All right, I will accept those terms."
Oh my god.
I look around at everybody else.
And so she basically looks at you, Pyro, and also she seems to be waiting for you to also agree to them.
It's on you, Pyro. Make the move.
You know the point was to get into the windmill, right?
I'm aware. My point is that I want to leave.
so
That's
so
why I'm doing this.
Dusty doesn't care about kids.
Yeah, right?
It's not our business.
What do you mean it's not our business?
Not our
True
business.
neutral character.
Alright, whatever.
Not our business.
I mean, I don't care either, but I just want the pies.
As far as I'm concerned, we're the we're acting like the Child Protective Services as of recent. We have the son who's a vampire in a basement. Let's go kill him. And now there's a kid just crying upstairs. We gotta go save him. I'm done being CPS. No CPS.
Well, to be fair, the kid under the basement was a bit of a different story.
Wasn't even a
It's
kid.
not
It was
like
a
we were-
fully grown man.
So
really.
there is no popcorn. So you see Ismark and Irina down the road. They've got gummy bears and they're just kind of like snacking on those.
Nice.
I was looking. I typed in
Pyro.
popcorn and gummy bears showed up, and I was like, whatever. Let's go with it.
Well, Pyro, you. It's up to you. Whatever you want to try and do.
Are you gonna keep standing there, or are you gonna like walk away, or? Technically, you still have your action, so you could even like double move essentially if you wanted to.
I'm
Me?
just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Pyro to confirm or deny the terms, and then I will react accordingly.
Oh, okay. Bella
I'm gonna
also sees.
shrug
I'm
and
I'm
like,
giving
that.
Pyro like this look. Like, dude, you know what we're here for.
Did Graf tell us about this place, if that was his real name?
If that was his real name. He just vaguely mentioned. Nah. Like, he gave you guys kind of a bit of a rundown. He's, you know what? We'll say that he's the one that told you that this place was called Old Bone Grinder. And he kind of rambled. He didn't really see anything of substance. He kind of rambled on. Like, said something about used to own it. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to you at the time. You're like, you owned a windmill? Whatever. And then he like,
owned
kind
it,
of...
but the deed would have disappeared.
Yeah.
Can I use this moment to use divine sense?
On your turn.
Only evil things get legendary actions.
Oh.
Well, nobody's used a legendary action.
Her turn
Wow.
comes before mine. Comes before any of us other than Bones.
Up to you. Make a
Yes
call.
or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? You can sit here for so long.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna shrug and be like, if that makes you happy, sure.
Dude, you do you, man. You play your
Pyro.
character. You do what you think is right. You're a paladin. Lawful good paladin.
However, we're coming
So-
inside anyways.
Morgantha. I'm guessing Dusty. What are you gonna do then, Dusty? He's agreed to do it. So are you gonna?
I've agreed to be slapped.
Okay. Then I say,
Alright.
You agreed to like let her belt you one in
Good.
repose. Are you just gonna keep standing there? Are you gonna do
yeah,
anything
no,
else?
I'm gonna scooch back.
Fold your
And,
arms in a disapproving manner.
Yep, and I'm just gonna wait.
Okay. Morgantha, she's sitting up relaxing, has no idea what's going on. Ophelia is going to use... Pyro's probably the only one that can see her, and you see her, like she's kind of moved up to the wagon, and she's just seems to be kind of standing there waiting, watching what's going on here. Bones. Do you want to do anything?
Can't really do anything with Pyro's ass in my way.
I'm still looking at Bones like, you know what we're gonna do, right? Like, we can't just leave.
Yeah, we're gonna get in there. I'm
Alright,
just gonna.
good. At least we're still on the same page.
I'm just gonna wait for Pyro to get the fuck out of the way or get in there, one or the other.
I'll have to wait till my
So-
turn.
Unless I try to bowl them both over, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
So are you going to aggressively crowd in behind Pyro? Because you guys are supposedly, Dusty made the thing of you belt Pyro one and then we leave and everything's even. It's all even Steven. So
I'm patient. I can be patient. I'll just wait.
Danny probably just eats a pie.
Give me the pies!
Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Remember,
That is a miss.
you did tell him to go running in there to steal pies.
So Danny runs in and just thrusts his short sword right into the middle of like the the ugly young lady's just like midsection, and you just hit. You nail her with like the sword. It doesn't seem to do anything, and she just looks at you. Ophelia uses her prepared action to yell upstairs to her mother and says, "Mom, we've got troublemakers." That's what she's going to do. Bella. So, are you still going to just give her the freebie, Pyro?
Not anymore.
I mean, just got stabbed in the chest.
Yeah, but she just kind of shook it off. There was a stabbing motion. It didn't really seem to do anything, though.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think it's just
that
gonna be
whole
a slap
harmless
anymore,
stabbing
so
in the
no.
chest.
So Bella just looks at you, Pyro, and just kind of like raises her eyebrows, like, so, deal still on?
I'm gonna be like, I
Christ.
don't think so. I don't think my friend would like that.
You're just like, no. You put shield up in front of you. Like, no.
I don't know. We've had a lot of opportunities to get the fuck away.
So, Bella's gonna make a swipe at your face for 25 versus AC.
That is much AC.
She's gonna hit you for 13 slashing damage. She just, like, basically, as her hand, like, goes to slap you, you notice, like, her hand, like, you didn't really notice it before, but her hand seems to just have these long, gnarly, just claws. Like, her nails have just grown out long and sharp, and she just rakes them across your face, slicing your face open. Jez, it's your turn.
Don't we love doorways, guys? Because I wouldn't have any shot at doing anything, so I will drop shit like I always do, because I'm always somehow too far away. And I will ready a bow until I have a clearer shot. I probably won't. For Bella, by the way.
A wacky. What do you want to do? Are you still invisible, by the way?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Because this whole thing so far has probably only been 20, 30 minutes total, so.
Alright.
But.
He dropped it when we talked.
Oh, okay. So you knew who you were talking to?
Yeah.
I can't. Do I need line of sight to use Dissonant Whispers? I need to look this up. Sorry. Like Dissonant Whispers or Vicious Mockery, basically, would I be able to get her from right behind Pyro, essentially?
Vicious Mockery, I believe so. Dissonant Whispers probably too, because you can kind of
hear.
Yeah.
It's a creature in range that can hear you.
So yeah, so Dissonant Whispers would work.
Okay, I'm gonna come over here and I'm going to use that. Do I have it at second level? I don't, so.
It takes half as much damage, doesn't have to move away. That's not very much information.
Basically, if they fail, they have to use their movement to get away from me.
17 enough? 17 is enough. So does she take half damage? Half damage.
Yep.
Yep.
Did she get advantage on that?
I'm just gonna go ahead and
I think she does get.
stay here then.
I don't know. Half of that is what? 5 damage. You see her just kind of shake it off. Just, shut up! Shut up, Ophelia! Just assumes it's her sister.
Well, that's my action. Stay here.
Pyro.
I'm gonna be like, you are super ugly, yo.
How is that
and
supposed to
then-
intimidate her?
Piss her off more. That's a good idea.
24 is a hit. 20 is also a hit for 8 damage. You do 17 damage to the ugly lady standing in front of you. Dusty. Dusty, you figure that now you've probably... These guys have blown all chance of you getting with that old lady.
We're committed.
Like, they've... Like, the cock block
Turn
is
around
complete
and
at
give,
this
like, a
point.
Reaper shrug.
We're committed at this
I
point.
just stand there.
It's like, do you know,
I can't.
it's been like 47 years. Couldn't you give me this one?
I can't see that as Cam, but I assume that when you cut to him, he was face palming.
No,
He's just shaking his head.
I do nothing.
Okay.
Oh, Pyro's gone.
Morgantha, you hear... Off in the distance, you hear some, like, struggling and movement, and then all of a sudden you hear kind of like what sounds like a crash, and you hear, like, the old lady that you'd spoken to originally, she, like, get back here, you little shit! And that is her turn. Ophelia is going to cast Vicious Mockery on Pyro. Which now I have to remember. Wacky, roll Vicious Mockery for me.
Okay.
On who?
Hang on.
On you. So give me a wisdom saving throw.
Right there.
Oh, you need to know if it was a wisdom.
Oh, is it charisma?
It's
Oh, give me a
charisma,
charisma saving throw, Pyro.
You're good at those, right?
I should be.
Might be.
This way I don't have to look it up or anything. And I don't have to roll the damage either. So yeah, you just kind of...
I'm pretty good.
You shake it off. Like, she basically calls you fat and stupid, and you're like, no, I'm not. And she's like, oh, no, you're not really. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I apologize. Okay. Bones.
Is there anything I can do
She's gonna
with
move.
all these people in the way?
You can punch Pyro or Lawage.
Yeah, we gotta get her
Okay.
out of the door.
That's
Wow.
it?
Pretty much. Yeah, no,
Okay.
there is no way for you to attack through Pyro and Lawage. They are absolutely blocking that doorway.
If I try to push Pyro, will that push the old lady too?
It would require an awful lot of force to do that.
Probably not gonna have that. What if I pull Pyro out of the way?
Would that... if he allows it, she will get an opportunity attack against him. Even though it is forced movement because Pyro's allowing you to pull him out of the way, I'm going to call
I
that
mean, if you
an
do it, I
opportunity
can try
attack.
to help with that.
If you pull him out of the way and he fights you off to stay there, if you succeed, it will not be an opportunity attack. So basically, Pyro has to willingly be like, no, fuck you, I'm staying here.
But I'm just gonna wait and see how this plays out. I'll dodge.
Okay. Lawage?
Never tried stab.
Stab
Wow.
is successful. This time you find purchase for 17 damage total.
And I'm gonna disengage and run away.
Mark of a true rogue. Bella. She is going to... she's going to again claw at Pyro's face. 20 versus AC.
Yep.
I'm gonna use my cutting words to reduce that by however much this is.
So 16
Yeah,
versus
make it
AC.
Nope.
So then the
Got
claws
your back,
miss.
buddy.
And she's kind of like, without disengaging or anything, she just kind of turns back to her sister and she's like, little help? Jez, your turn.
When Lawaj ran away, did I get a clear shot, or was it just still a shit shot?
There's what? Oh, you need... with Lawaj out of the way, it's going to be really tough. She's way smaller than Pyro is.
Yeah.
Like, the doorway is not like a big double door or anything like that. It's a small
I'm just
doorway.
wondering if my planned action of take the shot if I get a clearer shot would come into play.
It's... Especially with Wacky there, too, you really don't have a shot on her.
Okay. In that case, I'll probably do the same thing as nothing.
Cool.
Because I can't do anything.
Wacky.
Given that Lawaj
Doors.
was able to melee from there, would Bones be able to melee from there if he were to go there or go where
He
Lawaj
could
was?
probably squeeze in there.
Okay, then I'm just gonna stay my distance and use vicious mockery on Bella.
Call her ugly.
Charisma
She knows
save.
that.
I mean, she is. Your mother's a wait.
Charisma save.
Tell her her pies suck.
It is good. 16.
Cry. Oh well.
Dusty is probably gonna. Oh, before Dusty. Now that we were at top of the order,
there's Pyro.
this was supposed to be a little boy, but
Pyro didn't have his action.
There's me. You skipped me.
did I? Oh, okay, Pyro, you can go. Then the thing happens that I was going to do.
I'm gonna scooch a little bit so like people have a little bit more.
Wow.
It's probably not going to make
It's not really gonna make any difference.
Too much
Like
difference.
it's the only reason I'm gonna give Bones like to be able to get in there is because his punch is kind of a stabbing motion. Like it's basically just straightforward. If he had like an axe or something like that had to be swung, I wouldn't give him attacks from that spot. Like the reason Lawaj gets attacks is because he's stabbing. He's stabbing through like the pocket. Because there's
thing none
it
of
is
us use
not
axes.
enough room for two people to just stand in that doorway.
I'm pretty sure all of us make stabbing motions except for his quarter.
Why are we
quarterstaff.
still arguing the semantics of people in doorways?
Well, it's because you
Because
guys will not ever get away from doorways.
I mean, no.
You are the door crew.
Doorway.
Like,
We've been
they're
here for
good to use to your
2
advantage. This is using to our
hours.
disadvantage.
That's a
this
hit.
is them.
12 damage.
This is them
Is she
bottlenecking
dead?
us.
Nope.
This benefits them, not us.
You're definitely hacking away at her, but she's taking it like a champ. Still standing.
Do I need to use Divine Sense at this point, or should we just let it go?
Oh, you know what
That's
you
an
could do?
action.
Divine Smite.
Yeah, you could actually do some more damage.
May as well. Oh wow, useful.
Extra
That's
8.
still above average. So.
well, is it?
Well, it's 2d8.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to be an undead, so he doesn't seem to be getting any extra out of it.
I mean, it works on fiends.
But she's not a fiend either.
She just looks like a human to you. As far as you guys can tell, it's a human. And you're pretty sure
Just a
Divine
really
Smite
ugly
doesn't do
one.
anything extra to humans. So now, before Dusty's turn, you see a little boy kind of like almost on all fours. I know it's a little girl, but it was like the only child I could find at short notice. Like, because I...
There's really long hair. It's cool.
There you go.
His mother
gonna-
And is wearing his nightgown still, like one of those
Bro,
classic
okay.
kind of nightgowns. You
Classic
see him.
nightgown.
He's like just bawling, and his face looks all kind of like bruised, and you see like small cuts like all over him, and he's like just terrified, scrambling down the stairs.
User in your channel timed out.
And we lost Pyro. So yeah, he gets to about halfway down the stairs. He's like almost on all fours. That's like how hard he's like scrambling. You see like his nails and that are almost like completely like it's like one of those like horror movie things where you scratch and claw at something hard enough you start ripping your nails out. And you just panicking down the stairs, constantly looking back behind him. And Dusty, it is your turn.
And look at Dusty like, what about now?
I don't hear anything. I don't hear or see anything. I'm on the opposite side. I see nothing.
Give me a perception check, Dusty.
Alright.
It would be only fitting if he crit failed it and then
Yeah.
fell asleep.
I will say you kind of can make out like what might have sounded like a child, like a panicked child, but it was kind of muffled, and you're not 100% sure, but you're like maybe.
Yeah.
Could have been the wind. Could have been Pyro crying. I mean, not sure. Are you doing anything else, Dusty?
All right, hang on.
Double check. Actually, I can just check it in here.
He's like,
Double
oh wait,
check
I do
some
have
rules here.
dispel old ladies. Well, there's a spell that I took.
Yeah, right.
Sends
Hey.
old ladies back to the nursing home from which they came. Actually,
Most
these are not old ladies. They're ugly young women.
I gotta
My
say,
mistake.
most groups really do have bad luck with children and old ladies and them dying.
I say okay. If I see this child run outside, I will walk up to him and cast mage armor on him.
But
protect
how would he get outside? There's a lady
Just-
blocking the
if-
door.
If he manages.
That's very fair of you. Dusty is prepping. Dusty is prepping to cast mage armor on a, not imaginary. What's
Like
the
a
word? I'm like?
5-year-old?
Theoretical child.
Theoretical potential child running outside. I'll
So
meet you halfway.
Morgantha. So you hear like some banging upstairs. Yeah.
Dusty's
you,
not up there.
you hear the old bone grinder at work upstairs. That takes us to Ophelia.
User in
Uh,
your channel timed out.
Ophelia,
Oh, Pyro.
all of a sudden,
User entered
Ophelia.
your channel.
Oh my God! Fucking stop it! Make up your mind, in or out. Damn it, Pyro's internet. So yeah, you see Ophelia just suddenly disappear from view.
Okay.
And actually,
Given my point of view, I saw the kid come down the stairs, right?
give me a perception check, because your point of view is Pyro's butt and maybe a lady's leg. But I will say that you heard something that sounds kind of childlike, scrambling around inside. You're not sure where. You think kind of from the vicinity of the stairs, maybe. You definitely heard something, but you can't see inside from that vantage point. There's too much meat blocking the way.
Alright, well, what kind of attacks can I make on Bella here?
You can make your attacks.
User
Like all
in your channel
your
timed
attacks
out.
are not like really like huge, like sweeping kind of things. That's
Dabbing-
why.
More dabbing and poking?
Well, the quarterstaff is a.
Yeah, but you could poke with
Bludgeoning.
that too.
Yeah, I imagine like most of his even his
I'm gonna
quarterstaff would be
straight
like.
up butt stroker with it. So I'm gonna poke her.
Yep, you poke her successfully.
Reach back and poke her. No.
Nope.
User entered your channel.
She deflects it away.
I'm gonna do the old like fucking Three Stooges and boop, like poke her in the eye. Boop. Yes.
Take a damage though.
Yep. You successfully like slap her across the face. Basically, you use the opportunity of her knocking your staff away to like slip a punch in. Not a very hard one, just a jab, quick jab.
Yeah, man.
And you're like, haha,
What you gotta
haha,
do,
bitch,
you
and you
gotta
run away.
Work the body and then do the combos.
You're sticking and moving,
That's right,
Loage.
that's right. Moving being the operative word, Pyro.
Damn.
If you could even hear us.
Yeah.
You can even hear us.
I think I can now.
No. And back out.
Yeah, that is unsuccessful. Bella, is going to, What is she going to do? It's a very good question. What are you going to do, Bella?
Kiss Edward.
Ah,
I mean, Jafar?
Twilight joke. I get it.
She is going to disengage and slip back
thank
into the
God.
windmill for cover, and she's gonna like duck down behind the big stone table in the middle, like the baking table. So she is mostly obscured behind that, and she starts screaming like Mom, Mommy, Mom,
Mommy,
Mom,
Mom,
Mommy.
Mummy,
Jez, go.
Stewie.
Sweet.
Mummy.
Now I can get in. Because people
Your
are...
stuff is on the floor.
Yeah. Life sucks.
It's cool.
Just like my internet.
Download some more.
I guess I will start picking up... I'll drop my bow and pick up my rapier. And then I'll wait another turn to pick up my shield.
Nice.
Can I spend my action to pick up my shield and put it on?
Sure.
That's all I can do.
Okay. Wacky.
Can I move past Pyro?
Yep. You move through characters.
Oh.
Or move through friendly characters.
Friendly characters are difficult terrain.
I see the kid, I'm like... what am I even gonna say to you? Kid, come here.
It basically looks up at you with like hopeful, tear-filled eyes, as it's
Oh,
like
movement.
almost like lying on the stairs at this point.
Go to the old guy outside. He's gonna cook for you.
Here.
I
He's
can
got
make it
a
too.
nice jacket for you.
And I like help him up or pick him up myself. Yeah,
It's
that
too
one's a very
big for you to really like pick up and carry, because it's a like 7-year-old, so it's kind of like Pyro might be able to pick him up a little easier, but someone your size is not. It's going to be kind of tough. But you could. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking for something. Sorry.
I don't really know what to suggest that you could do for him. Like
I'm going
you
to
like helping
prepare-
him along is not going to get him out any faster. So you could kind of just like cover him, or
Yeah. I'm
or
gonna
you could
prepare-
like it would basically be more an emotional thing than we'll get you out faster by helping like carrying you. He basically moves your speed.
I'm going to prep Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level for whatever comes down these stairs.
Yep. Pyro.
What did you describe the child as? My internet decided to fuck me right as you started saying the.
It's
on old
like
age.
a 7 or 8-year-old child. Clothes look torn and ragged. Looks like beat up and bloodied and abused. And it's basically just like it just came hauling ass down the stairs, like almost on all fours, like that desperately like scrambling to get out of here.
Terrified, basically.
Yeah, and it just keeps looking back up the stairs.
Good
Looking what?
pedophilia joke, but
Don't.
not a good idea.
Just stay far
I'm
away.
just gonna stay away from that one.
Anyways, I'm gonna move over to it. Can I get past Wacky? Because I know the stairs are small.
I would assume Wacky would let you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna
Guess
move
I'll just
past
move
it.
a little bit
I'm gonna be
further
like,
back.
we're gonna get you out of here. I'm gonna pick him up. I'm guessing that's unskilled strength.
Yep.
Please don't fail me. God damn it, you're failing me. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
Pyro.
you basically you go to like pull on the kid's arm, and like you just like rip its sleeve off. Like you just like tear the sleeve from like the shirt. Like if you had gotten a better grip on his arm, you probably could have pulled his arm like right out of the socket with that yank. You realize like, oh,
Sleeve anyways.
you're like, I'm freeing up your movement. Like full rotation now.
More aerodynamic.
You start reaching to tear off your own solo. Look, I'll do it too. We'll be sleeveless shirt bros. Sleeveless shirt bros. Dusty. Oh, the kid's turn. The kid, sensing what you're trying to do, is going to scramble up your body and basically like wraps itself around you, like kind of like Jez's rope. Like this, basically the legs are around your waist, the arms are around like your head and neck, and this thing is clinging to you like a backpack. If you were
Spider Monkey.
If you were a weaker constitution, like it would probably be like choking you a little bit. Like that's how like hard and tight it's gripping on with like all of its strength. It feels like.
Yeah. I was like.
And
I got breathing troubles. Hang on, I can't get.
Yeah,
Is there a reason why you keep saying it and not he?
I don't like children.
I don't
I just try and like wrangle it on the ground and just like.
The
try
main
and calm
reason.
down for a sec.
Main reason is because like it's a girl, and I'm gonna say she, and it's a he, because I didn't have a boy. Oh, I could have used the other boy. Ah, shit. Oh well, whatever.
Is there a token?
Oh, there's a little running guy that I used as a boy child in another map.
Okay.
Now that I think about it.
All right. Well, I try and wrangle him off me and cast.
Oh no, he's not on you. He's on Pyro.
Oh, he's on Pyro. Okay.
Oh yeah. So.
No wonder I can't see him.
Dusty, you want to do anything?
I'm waiting for this kid.
This seems about right. One time Dad was going to use the spell slots, he's not even interested in the fight.
Yeah. The one time
This
he
kid.
Made that a
I
kicker.
didn't do anything wrong to these ladies. They didn't do anything wrong to me.
I mean,
Except
they
beat the shit out of
drugged
Pyro.
your
Pyro deserved it
Fair enough.
based on what he did. Okay. Tried to
I'm not gonna
assault
argue
someone
it.
who just sold us pies. Okay.
They drugged your
Delicious
rogue,
pies.
Yeah, very delicious ones.
Maybe you should try the pies then.
Rude not to eat her
What-
pie.
What are you trying to get at, Jez?
Sorry, there was an Archer video in the chat, and that's all I could think of. It's
I'm
moist.
waiting for the child.
It's
Okay.
moist.
They're not
And
flaky.
warm. and hopefully not
Morgantha,
flaky.
seeing as Pyro you are grappled, Morgantha makes 2 claw attacks, 1 claw attack on you with advantage.
Where is she?
Where is she?
She is wrapped around your head and waist. So all of a sudden the child digs long, gnarly claws into the back of your neck. That's a crit. So that's gonna be...
Did I get my prepared action?
What was your prepared action?
3rd level Dissonant Whispers.
To be fair, you did say...
I was expecting Morgantha.
Yeah, it was a thing directed at stuff coming down the stairs. You weren't expecting the child to all of a sudden be an evil thing. This is not going to hurt all that much. 18 slashing damage. So 15 total after you take your thing off. And the child just kind of pulls back. The child pulls back and just smiles like a toothless grin. Just this super wide, wider than it should be able to grin. And just starts, like, cackling in your face.
Like the child would get free now. That would be such a weird coincidence.
Ophelia. Bones feels a pair of claws dig into his back. That is another crit. I love advantage.
Damn your fucking crit dice.
12.
This is on me as well.
No, this is on
did
Bones.
She, hold on. Did you roll it with disadvantage? Because I was dodging from the last turn.
That would be normal.
Well, I will roll this, and the crit is the first die. because I rolled both dice at once. I rolled a 15 on my other one. No, I forgot what I was doing. 12, 18, 22, 22 damage. As. Where is she? Boop.
So she was making 2 attacks on me?
Nope, that was just one. She just big dug both like sets of claws just right into your spine for 22 damage.
I'm confused. How did the crit? I'm sorry.
I rolled 2 dice because I had advantage, and you said I had disadvantage. It reminded me about your dodge, so I rolled another d20,
yes.
and
Yes,
because
sorry.
it was higher than 10, I took the
thought you
crit.
said you re-rolled it. I got confused. I'm sorry.
No,
My bad.
I basically rolled another die to determine which one was the first die.
I gotcha. Cool. All right.
You know, because I don't roll with the thing with the program, I can't be like that was the
Right.
first die.
Right. Cool.
So.
Gotcha.
Now, if only you could get dice that when you roll, outputs it into chat.
Yeah. I still feel like that would be like it would be slow and annoying probably somehow. It is now your turn, Bones.
I mean, you're still.
You have this lovely, in a certain light. No, you have this hideously ugly woman that just popped up behind you.
If you close your eyes, she doesn't look as bad.
If you squint and you're really drunk and it's dark and you're wearing a mask, she might look okay.
If she's a hag.
Wearing a mask backwards.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. Well, I guess I'll just I guess I'll whack her. Whack-a-doo.
20's a hit, 12 damage.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'll try to stun her too. That works.
What's that? Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. I should have bolded it. Yeah, I did bold. Okay.
It is bolded.
It is, but the bold doesn't show up.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't find a thing to underline it. I could just italicize and bold it, but oh well. 13. It's not very high, but
yeah, no, I'm looking for her con.
Hoping it's low, but I doubt it.
Yeah, no, she's got good con. No, 14.
Oh man.
Damn.
Ugh, bummer.
She don't have like excessively good, but it's good enough. Like all of her stats are pretty good. Whacking her again. 17 is just a hit.
Just a hit. Fucking beefy ass armor. Alright, I'll punch her in the face again.
She doesn't feel like she's really wearing any armor. It just seems like her skin's just tough.
She's super leathery skin.
Yeah, you imagine like this is like beating up my old master. It is like crazy tough leathery skin. Like her skin's like made out of like iron. It's crazy. And the 18 is a hit.
Cool. And then I'm going to high behind Jess.
Okay. Lavage.
I'll shoot the lady.
Can I give you some tips?
Nope.
You know I'm gonna run up to it, right?
Well, he does now.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't matter.
He
with
does
13
now.
anyways.
You're also gonna pick up your saber too, and that takes an action, doesn't it? So.
I did that.
Bella is going to Vicious Mockery. Charisma saving throw. Pyro.
I literally did nothing to pick up my stuff.
Is Pyro in here?
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh, okay. Just making sure you didn't time out or something.
There it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, there it is. You're good. Nothing happens to you. Bella also does not know what else to do. Jez.
Finally, I can do something.
Yay.
In like 3 turns.
It's not my fault. You've your own decisions. That's it.
It's not my decision. It's other people's decisions for me. I will make that a trip attack.
Strength. Is it strength? It's always strength on that, isn't it? 13, 17. So she's good.
Then I will
But she does take
second
the 2
wind,
damage.
or not second wind, action surge. I clicked the wrong thing. I want action surge, and then I will do another stab.
Okie dokie. It's a miss. You get nothing but shawl. Wacky.
Pyro, you want me to heal you now, or do you want me to get her off of you, or try to get her off of you?
Yes, please.
It's not
You cut
one?
out. All I heard was get her off of you.
Do you want healing though? Because I can't do both.
Me.
Oh, oh yeah, I can touch myself too. Yeah, me. Yeah, me was good.
The innuendos in this episode have been insane.
That's
There's so
Can
many.
Okay,
Pretty
well,
bad.
can I stab her then? Like, am I able to stab her if I wanted to?
From where you are now, it's going to be a tougher... It's basically she's got cover. But you could... You think you could kind of slip to, like, the... If you kind of, like, shift yourself to, like, the edge of the stairs, like, kind of putting yourself in precarious spot, you could probably get a clear shot at her to stab her.
I'm just gonna heal then. Second level cure wounds.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give Pyro Bardic Inspiration as well.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Pyro...
I'm assuming I have a very good shot at her.
Well, not really. You have a normal
It's the
shot
same
at her.
shot.
She's got a really good shot at you. You have a normal shot at her.
I will take a shot at her.
Okay. That is a miss. You hit her,
Yep.
but you don't
You do
seem
have
to hit her
Bardic
hard
Inspiration,
enough to
Pyro.
pierce through her tough
Oh.
skin.
I will use the Bardic Inspiration on that one. It's a
Okay.
1d4.
1d6.
Oh,
Uh,
1d6.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll probably make it. So I'm just gonna take. I think you'll be fine.
Whenever it decides to go,
Yeah.
there you go. 21.
Running on. Dolores, stop falling over.
I'm dropping.
You're good, Pyro.
Yeah,
And
you hit.
second attack.
Second attack. That's definitely a miss.
Well,
God
well.
damn it.
You weren't able to follow through on your second swing. She's got like a hold of one of your arms. Will Dusty do anything?
Yeah, right?
The whole scene has kind of devolved around you. You've still not seen this theoretical child that everyone's talking about.
Please don't sit in the doorway.
So, you do see a child, like, wrapped around Pyro. If you want, you can cast Mage Armor on it.
I can't because I have to touch it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's not so bad.
Dusty doesn't have enough movement to touch the poor child.
Be right
Wow,
back real
hilarious. Ha 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 ha. 12, by the way.
It's late. I'm
Has
tired. You
Bella
break.
been doing anything?
Bella, you kind of spy Bella crouched behind the baking table, like
She's
the
probably
table where
weak.
yeah, like you see her just kind of barely peering up at you from behind it. She's like kind of like on her hands and knees, crouched behind it for cover. Yeah, she looks pretty beat up, and you see kind of a trail of blood leading back there that you would imagine is probably hers.
I don't see anybody else right now.
There was the lady outside that right
Yeah.
Bones is back.
you
just walk
did
past
you
her?
did walk
Oh,
right
yeah, she's
past.
right there, huh?
Oh my god.
He's old. You gotta
You're
give
playing
him
the
a...
character a
doing
bit too
anything.
well.
Alright, I went to go take a peek inside. Strafe over here. Use the rest of my movement. And I'll just firebolt this bitch in the back.
That is a hit for 9 damage. Morgantha is going to attack Pyro with advantage. 21, I think. At least 21. It's gotta be.
I don't think his AC is that, so I think
21. 21.
Is she restraining him?
Oh, Pyro's muted. She's grappling him.
Oh.
Like, she's, like, grapple... Because when you... What's the thing?
Well, grapple doesn't give advantage. Restraining. I wonder if I can do this.
Oh, am I confusing the two again?
Yeah.
That is what I mean. It would be restrained. Because Pyro can still move around.
Oh, restrained also.
Well, yeah, restrained also does it. Because she's not attempting to really... Like, if she's trying to basically, like, just hold him down and go to town on him, it would be a restrain. Anyways, it was 21. Pyro's, I think, muted. It is going to be 12 damage. 9 damage after his bullshit.
He hit me, I'm assuming?
Hit you for 9.
21.
Yeah, so 9 total. Like, after your bullshit. 9 damage. Ophelia. Hi. 17. I don't think that hits you because you picked your shield
That's
up, right?
a miss.
Yep.
So I will repost.
Okay. Next will be Bones.
And it's a miss.
And that is also
totally
a miss.
missing.
So, Bones, it is your turn. Then Lawaj. As we try to push this fight forward. Ismark and Irina they're riveted now. Now that it's moved to, like, the fight's moved to the outside, they're, like, way more pumped and excited. They're like, woo, get her!
They're like throwing their snacks at us. Like, yeah!
Well, they can't throw quite that far. They're ways back.
100-meter snacks. I should just throw daggers.
Alright, so I want to bonk her. Bonkadoo.
Yep, it's a hit.
Whirly bonker again. Brr, boop.
That is just barely a hit.
Cool. I'm gonna do a flurry of blows on her ass. I'll punch her.
Nope.
Do it again.
Yes.
I'm gonna trip her.
Dexterity save throw. She... I don't think makes it. She does not... Where's her extra... I'm looking at the wrong one. I don't think she makes it. She doesn't make it. So she is prone at your feet. You have tripped her. Lawaj.
Fortunately, I just fucked Lawaj. Okay, good.
Now he's gonna...
Never! Advantage! She needed.
Yes, that is a hit.
Yeah. Not a crit! Holy shit.
Because he's like all dex all the time.
I have a +10 to my range attack, Bones.
That is... So you thrust your sword into like the back of her neck as she just like lies helpless on the ground. And she screams. And you see kind of like the... You see like the skin kind of peel off of her face. And she just... As she dies, she takes a much more just grizzled, wrinkly, old, like just disgusting looking... She still like looks like a human, but she looks like just this withered, old, awful, horrible looking creature. And she's dead.
Well, give me your pies now, bitch!
Yeah.
That's it.
Bella disappears.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah. Jez, it is your turn.
I don't think I can even get there. No.
So you come in, you see a child, like just this disheveled, beaten up looking child, just like wrapped around Pyro. It's kind of scrambling and clawing at him. It looks desperate. It looks like it's just trying to get out of here. It looks like it's really just had a rough go of it.
Where's the ladies?
Well, one of them's on top of Pyro right now. The other one's somewhere.
That's clearly a kid.
That is beating
It's
the shit out of him. That is beating the absolute crap out of him.
This is not the child we came to save.
I will.
If I could get up the
Not
stairs.
the children you're looking for.
I guess I'll move a little bit in, and I will dodge because I have no idea what's coming. I can't do anything, anyways.
Wacky.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that third level Distant Whispers on the child, I suppose.
Wisdom saving throw.
Ugh, that's garbage.
I believe she fails. Wait a sec. Let me check. I have to look because I need the full spell block. Trying to figure out, does this count as a charm?
A deafened
Let me
creature
look.
automatically. No, it doesn't. Because I
I'll
know.
check.
I think that vicious mockery doesn't work if it can't be charmed.
Yeah, it would have extra language if it was a charm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
The only thing that saves is a deafened creature.
Yeah. Okay. She takes 15 psychic damage. And what is it? Target must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move away. That
So
would...
she has to get off of me.
Was that going to... So, she... It doesn't... Not so much damage, doesn't have to move away. Different creature. I'm just thinking... I'm guessing that you still... Because, no, this is... See, I don't understand... I don't know if this counts as forced movement or not in the realm of... Because, so
Well-
she basically jumps off Pyro and runs back up the stairs.
Opportunity attacks has
Yeah,
weird
do I get
wording.
that?
1 second. It is. No. Make the
Would you-
opportunity attack.
If it happened to one of us, would you give it the
So
opponent the opportunity attack?
it's-
That's the question.
You also don't provoke an opportunity attack when you teleport or when someone or something moves you without using your movement, action, or reaction. So because this is using its reaction to do this.
Yeah, so then Pyro would get his, Okay, so Pyro, you get an opportunity attack as she, like, jumps off of you. So, swing-a-lang.
After that, Pyro, can I move up ahead of you?
Hit a child?
Yeah.
You swing and
Yeah.
miss.
All my bad rolls are coming out now.
Alright, I stop here then.
Okay. Pyro.
I will
Technically, she would be a
touch
little bit
myself.
further back.
for level
Because
5.
that-
That means I have 25.
Is there? Yeah, she would have been about there.
I will touch myself for 10. 31. 31. Thank you. And I will move to the top of the stairs and to the next level, I guess. As I'm walking, I'm gonna ask Wacky, like, what was upstairs?
You're moving.
The grinder in the room at the
guess
very
I
top.
now know.
Yeah.
Actually, technically, because you're probably... I'm going to put you here, Wacky.
Okay.
I'm guessing. Because you're kind of... I'm assuming you're helping Pyro pursue the
Yeah.
small child. So I'm gonna just put you. I'll put you on the second floor. Because you would be able to see Dusty. What do you want to do? If it makes you guys feel any better, if you do survive this encounter, you won't have to share your XP with Ismark and Irina because they didn't participate.
E.
Fair firebolt if anything comes through there.
Okay.
Or comes downstairs within my vision.
Morgantha. I think I know what she's gonna do. I just gotta double check the wording of it. Melee range spell attack on Pyro. 22 versus your AC.
That hits.
So
And I use cutting words to not make that a hit.
can you do that on spells as well as?
Actually, yeah, let me check.
Well, it's not enough anyways.
It's an attack. It's an attack, but yeah, not enough. Whatever.
So a black beam of enervating energy springs from her finger and pierces through you. Hit. So you. Any attacks you make until this spell ends, Pyro, will only do half damage. Any attacks that you do that use strength will only do half damage. She's like that black beam just seems to have weakened you. Like you feel your arms just slump, and you just feel physically. Yeah, it's you might say it enfeebled him. At the end of each of your turns, you can make a Constitution saving throw to try and shake it off at the end of your turns, and then she's going to she's going to book it back up these set of stairs too. Oh God, where was the third floor?
Dude, I want to see her do that to Jez.
You know what? I'm gonna. Oh, actually,
Why?
I'm using the.
Jez is dex based.
Oh.
That's why it would be hilarious.
Get rid of Morgantha. Real Morgantha. She'll just stay in her human form. Or her boy form.
We're all dex-based except for
Ophelia's dead. Bones go. Take her out of the initiative order.
Up past Jez here, but I'm gonna kind of like keep myself in the front of the door here. Okay, is everybody? I guess I don't know.
Can I see Bones from
You
here?
Bones,
Where I am
you
on top
can
of the stairs?
yeah, Bones, you can see Wacky standing right here, and you see Pyro. You can see Pyro's ass at like the top of the stairs.
It's a familiar sight to you.
Nice. I'm just gonna look around the room for the other one.
Did you just call his ass nice?
Probably. He
I don't know if
probably
I
did.
saw her disappear or not, but I'm just gonna like scan this room for her.
Yep.
I guess I'll dodge, since I got nothing else to do.
You could come upstairs and help us.
Good, but then again, I also don't know what's going on over there.
Well, you just know they're chasing something up there. And that's the only source of things that you know about.
Yeah, that's true. It would be awfully metagaming for me not to do that, so yes, I will do that then. I will
Could have just told you on
continue.
my turn.
That's cool. I'll just go up to them then, wherever I'm at. Wherever they're at, or whatever.
Louage.
Move in here. Here, I'm gonna perception check the room, see if I see anything out of the ordinary.
Yep. Nope. Looks exactly as you would expect. You do see
weird wizard.
you see blood, like a blood trail going to here, and you see like a sort of a bigger pool of blood. You imagine that was probably Bella because she got wrecked pretty hard standing in that doorway. But you see blood, you see a pool of blood, and nothing else. No bloody footprints, no nothing.
Alright, then I will continue upstairs.
Yep. I'll put you right here, because that's about the same place. So you...
I don't see nothing in here, so...
Up the stairs, one more level.
Ah, okay. Then I'll just stay. I'll just
I
stay
bet you
right
never
here in
thought-
the middle. Just stay right here in the middle.
Okay.
Bet you didn't think old bone grinder would be the entirety of this session, did you?
No, actually, I didn't. I thought, like, a couple people would really want to save the children, and everybody else would be like, "No, fuck that. Peace."
I'm more in for the pies, not the children.
Yeah, he's.
I thought more people would eat the pies. That was the part
Well, I
that
was just
surprised
in it
me.
for the chaos. and
I had actually,
Three of us are in it for the kids.
when I think
If they were-
a
That's
couple
fine,
of days
chaotic
ago, I kind of like when I thought about this thing. I think in my head I had just randomly come up with basically what everybody's dream sequence would have been if they ate the pies.
Oh.
You nailed mine, I gotta say. It was great.
Yep.
Kind of curious to know the rest of them now.
My
Alright.
character doesn't really have a sweet
Hope
tooth.
we have a lot
so.
of pies.
So, Jez,
For mine.
it's your turn. Bella does something.
Fuck Bella.
Sparkle. Sunlight.
Yeah. She glistens in the beautiful sunlight that doesn't exist in Barovia. There's
Dusty's gonna get fucked.
there is no... Yeah, you guys have been here for like a couple days now. You notice like there is just despite it being daytime outside and kind of bright because it's daytime, there's no sun peeking through. Like the clouds
As
and the
a-
fog seem pretty thick.
As a meta note, Dusty's gonna get fucked.
Yeah, like, actually.
Had to get involved, right?
Slippery.
Probably be able to stabilize you. It's okay.
So I have 5 more feet of movement wherever this will take me.
Boop.
Hi!
Everyone's here.
Yeah, all of a sudden you blink and all of a sudden everyone's around you on the stairwells. For
Pretty sure
Dado's reference, because he can't really see it, and Bones as well. Basically, everybody else is crowded like right here, like all 4
Well,
of them.
Just think of
Right.
think of in WoW when you zone into an area and then it starts phasing and then everything pops in.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that for me.
Yeah. Wacky, what do you want to do?
Oh,
are
actually,
you still doing stuff?
Did she go up the stairs or did she disappear?
Yeah, up the stairs.
Then I will take a second move action to continue. Now I can get here.
That will put you about halfway up the stairs.
I don't know where I'm at.
Oh,
Okay.
you're...
I found it.
Yeah, you'll find it. You'll find it, Pyro.
It's the only source of light. I need.
Skipped me.
It's wacky.
Oh yeah,
It
sorry.
doesn't,
Sorry,
I was gonna
Wacken.
move here and use my. Actually, no, I'm gonna move here. Because I forgot I had this, I could I could tell Pyro telepathically that I'm going to go invisible. I'm gonna let you go first, but I will follow soon after, so I don't get in the way. And I'm gonna use my action to use my Cloak of Shadows.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna explain to Lawaj now what is going on.
Yeah. So are you
Yeah,
gonna say it like really loud and blow the plan, or are you gonna just kind of whisper it to him?
He's gonna think about it.
Unless he just died.
Maybe he just.
Well, that's unfortunate.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll say he whispered it to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It is also his turn, unfortunately.
Yep, I'm here. I'm
Oh.
here.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna. That's 15. I can make it to like the top of the stairs, which I will do. I'm assuming you're just gonna have to throw me to the other side.
Yep. So you make it. You basically push just in front of Jez. You're kind of just out of the reach of a little boy. That looks really familiar.
Maybe
I'm
now would be
gonna
a good time to use
divine
divine
sense now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
Wow.
gonna do that.
See, I have to look it up just so I remember how much information I'm supposed to give you.
I get nothing.
Luckily, my book automatically opens to Paladin because it's broken.
I get nothing because it's
Presence,
it's
strong,
it's
evil,
not.
powerful good things like heavenly music. Till the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you is not behind total cover. So yeah, you know celestial fiend or undead. Okay, so this... but not its identity. The vampire Count Strahd Van Zarovich, for instance. So, you can tell with your divine sense that this thing is evil. That is definitely radiating an evil aura, more than a human would. But you don't think you're going to be able to track it, as it is not a celestial fiend or undead.
What was being tracked right now?
The little boy that attacked him. That they think is one of the old lady.
He may sense the thing on the ground floor.
Not with total cover.
No, not the invisible thing. The barrel.
Oh!
I know the blue...
No, because it... Oh,
Too
also...
far down.
Well, that also is in total cover.
Oh. I thought it was an open
I know
barrel.
the boy in front of me, this little boy in front of me.
Yeah,
is
but
very,
don't forget, he's 2 floors up.
Yeah, true. Yes, you know the little boy is very, very evil.
Yeah, so you know that the thing is evil and not just a human.
He smells evil.
But yeah, but you are sure it's not a celestial, a fiend, or an undead, because your divine sense doesn't tell you so. But it tells you enough that it's like, yeah, there's something up with this. It's evil as fuck. Dusty, what do you want to do?
I don't know if I do. I tell Jez that, yeah, it's super evil, by the way.
Okay.
Hey guys.
Honestly, Jez, too, I completely forgot about what you were talking about.
Remember
I'm kind of sad that I did.
That we should leave.
Because I could have had some fun.
And then we
You
didn't.
still can have fun.
No.
Remember?
Not at the moment, I can't.
No, I don't.
Actually,
No.
from
Dado, do you remember that part where we don't care? It's right now.
from what
y'all
I
gonna die.
remember, though, it's not as much fun as you would think.
It's repeatable fun.
Do I see like people clustered up at the top of the stairs here?
Sure. You know what? I'll move you and Bones to here. Just because since you're all kind of going this way. There you go.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh god.
Okay.
Well, I see a whopping.
Oh,
nothing.
sorry, Part. Well, I did it for them. You knew where you were. You can zoom out and find yourself.
Can I tell Dado also telepathically that they're upstairs? At this
I'm right
point,
here.
I'm invisible. I'm trying not to make any noise.
That I will, because that's such a directed thing, I'm going to say you're going to have to do that on your turn.
Okay, forget it then.
I will prepare a firebolt for anything that I see that feel threatened by.
Okay, Bones.
You feel threatened by your masculinity.
Alright.
I feel threatened by how
Proper way.
stupid everyone was for chasing this situation. Everyone dies.
Kind of like everyone taking boxes away from a ship.
Hey, you know what?
That actually
point.
almost worked out.
You rolled a one.
I-
You rolled a one.
You're the
we
one
split the party.
So, Bones,
one.
you...
First roll, don't split the party.
you get to... I'm going to take back a bit of your movement. There's not really enough room for you to squeeze between...
Oh.
Yeah, you run into a... I'll basically... You get to here with like
Conga
30
line.
feet, and you run into the conga line.
I see. About how far from the banister am I at the top here, vertically?
That's a very good question. It's a good thing I have a... It's a good thing I have a sideways view with exactly how high each floor is in feet. Thanks, Chris Perkins. You are... I would say it is probably about 6 or 7 feet. You think if you jumped like straight up, you could probably grab the top of that banister.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna acrobatics the shit out of that and like fucking backflip onto the floor here.
You mean
Roll
athletics that?
Yeah.
Assuming I don't get a 0 or a 1.
Well,
we'll see.
athletics will be to climb, but if you wanted to try and like run up the wall and do some crazy shit, it'll be a way higher DC.
Here, I'll fucking parkour. We're all like, doop, 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 doop.
Yep.
You know, like one leg goes here, then I jump. One leg goes there, then I fucking bounce over the top of it.
And one leg goes through the railing because you don't roll high enough,
I should be
and
a fucking ninja,
then you end up
so
like
I'm not
face
doing cool
teeth
monkey
first
things.
into the
Well,
stairs.
we'll see.
Here we go. Let's do it. Go.
I'm
So
gonna watch him tumble down the stairs.
yeah, you bounce back and forth. One foot kind of goes through the railing, and you start to fall, and you just have that moment of, I'm going to smash my head open on these stone stairs. And you manage to kind of grab the railing. So you are now both hands on top of the railing. One leg is through it, and you're kind of hanging from it. But you're okay. You didn't hurt yourself. You're like, this is embarrassing, but I'm okay. I'll take this.
Is that my turn, or can I try to pull myself up?
You could use, like that's gonna be. I would say you use the rest of your movement to do that. You could use your action to scramble over the thing and basically deposit yourself on the other side.
I'll do that.
Or you can. I would also allow you to just kind of let go and just go back to where you were.
I don't know. I just want to plop myself right there.
Okay. Lawage.
Well, you said that they're in a conga line. I can't get past them, so I'll just come right here.
You're gonna go back down and eat pies, aren't you? I don't know what that click was for.
That's probably me unmuting for some reason. It clicked.
No, the somebody pinged the. Oh, Lawage pinged. I guess he was saying that's where he was going.
I'll just prepare a short bow for if bitch lady decides to attack Data.
Bella gonna take her turn and. Not Lawage.
Me?
Yes, Jez. It is your turn. Oh shit!
What?
When I deleted Morgantha, I lost her initiative order.
Oh,
So
I thought you just
I'm
put
going
on
to
the
give.
GM layer.
No, add her back. She was. Where was she?
That's the chat.
Chat. What was her thing? I think she had an 18. We'll put her there.
Gantha was 17 if you're talking about initiative.
Yeah, she was middle of the pack. I forgot that I had, because I deleted the other ones. Like, oh, I don't need Morgantha anymore because I have Child Morgantha. So she's going to take her turn that she missed. And she's going to scramble. Luckily, she was just out of the reach of Pyro. You see her scramble over, and she'll scramble over to here because this is where it was. You see her scramble over and grab a small, like, red stone off the top of the boxes, and then, like, look at all of you and say, it's like, you will all pay for this. Mark my words. And then she disappears. Zoom.
Nice.
I will say, Bones, since you were, like, right in front of her, you saw the little stone that she grabbed start to kind of glow red and pulse like a heartbeat, and she just vanished. She kind of... It was kind of a swirly, fancy vanish, not as, like, not just like a blink out of existence, like when you saw the other ones turn invisible. This was a little bit different. You don't really know what that means, but...
Okay.
Jez, you can take your turn now. I was wondering, it's like, why does it feel like it's been, like, 2 rounds since her fucking turn? It's like, oh, because I deleted her. Oops.
I don't think it's been 2 rounds.
No, it was
got up there. And
her turn should have been after Dusty, is what it was. And then Bones and Lawage went in front of her. That's all.
I will climb up the banister because
you can walk through Pyro.
Yeah, I suppose I can now.
You can squeeze if he lets you through, especially because there's not a threatening thing directly in front of him. It's a little more. Yeah, it's a little more roomy.
Am I good to pass you, Pyro?
Yeah.
Just assume yes. It's faster to assume yes.
I will get here, and I'll stab at the air.
Okay.
Nice.
You, even without the attack roll, you hit nothing. You just whoosh through the air. And I will save you all a little bit of time and say that we will now.
Because Bella's gone too.
Yeah, Bella pieced. She booked it out the front door,
As soon as it was an
and
opening.
the mom is dead, or not dead. She's dead. She's like, no, fuck you guys, you didn't win, and she's killed herself. So you guys don't get full XP. You only killed one of them. It's a shame. You guys would have got like 500 something XP if you killed all three. I'll give you guys 250 XP each. Because you get some. You get a bit of it. Because you did force them
I'm
to
listening
run
to
away.
see if I still hear the crying.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the third floor now.
Yeah, you hear some whimpering and crying coming from the boxes in front of Jez.
I just want to like shove past everyone and go right to the boxes on the third floor.
Well, I probably
Yeah, I
would've-
get to the boxes as well.
I probably would have started.
Excuse me, Jez.
in
Excuse
on
me,
the
pardon me.
box.
Excuse me.
I'm
Yes.
going downstairs.
Pardon me.
Never mind, I'll just leave. I'll go up the ladder just for fun.
Okay. Sweet, that means I get to read what the thing says. So,
Oh.
Jez, you've reached the windmill's peak. A domed chamber filled with old machinery. There's not much room to move around, and light slips into this attic through small holes in the walls.
This is literally just where it transfers the energy, and that's it.
Yep.
Sweet.
Spoilers.
Go.
It is also a possible location for one of the treasures of the game. This is like one of the
Yeah.
possible locations to find something.
There's
That's
a
kind of
lot
why this room exists.
Yeah, there's a lot of nothing rooms that are. Oh, there might be something here.
Yeah. Where like if your clue was, I see it's in the top of a tower that's got a big spinny thing on it.
Yeah.
Because that's probably what Madame Ava would have said. Big ass spinny thing. So, what doing?
Can I be moved to the third floor?
Opening the crate.
So, you guys pry open the crate, and you find two captured children. A boy and a girl. The boy looks somewhat similar to the boy that the hag turned into. And the girl looks a fair bit younger. She looks like she's probably only like 5. So,
Carlin's like, oh, it was worth it.
so you pry them open. You find them like crying and shivering inside. You also see like a lot of crumbs and that littering the bottom of it. So clearly they've been well fed. You imagine they were probably being fattened up in the crate there.
Or the pies.
I like how they
Jump
fatten them up.
watch.
Just
Carlin's
Brand
gonna help
bones.
one of them, or help him out.
I'm gonna ask, like, where do you guys live? Where is your home?
They're just like crying like the village of Barovia.
Alright, well,
Well, we're not going back there. Because, yeah.
let's take him to Valaki.
You take him to Valaki, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll be
like
safe
when,
with us. Just follow us to Valaki.
yeah, like when you see that, like they shudder when they like even mention like the village of Barovia, and like the little girl's like, "Please don't take us home. Our parents they gave us to them freely."
No.
Like,
Gonna
What are-
follow
what are
us
your
to
names?
Valaki.
The boy says his name is Freak, and the little girl is
Seriously?
Myrtle. Yeah, it's Freek. Freak and Myrtle. Myrtle.
For a second, I thought you said Reek. I was like, no way.
Your name is Reek! So, yeah, they seem really reluctant to go home to Barovia. Village
We're not headed
of
back
Barovia.
there
We're
anyway.
not going to Barovia.
they tell you, it's like there were brother and sister that were nice to us, and they mention like Ismark and Irina as being like the only like nice people they ever met back home in their village.
Well, what do you know?
They're
Well,
like,
what do you
take
know?
us,
They're with
take
us.
us, take us to see them instead.
We're taking to the lucky.
Funny you mentioned it. They're with us now. Well, let's convince them to follow us and go downstairs and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they seem pretty willing to go with you, as you are not going to.
Them.
Yeah, well, as you are not, you don't seem like you're going to fatten them up and eat them.
I mean, I might.
While
Well-
they're
Don't
letting-
touch those
You have
kids.
all the pies you could
Don't
want.
touch those
Go on.
kids.
Just
Oh,
eat the
I never
pies.
did describe this
All I
room
wanted
to
to
you
do
either.
was window.
Dancing around a thick wooden gear shaft in the center of this cramped circular room are, that's the two ugly women, because they are not here anymore. In a rotting wooden closet are 3 crates stacked one on top of another with small doors set into them. Next to the closet is a heap of discarded clothing. A ladder climbs to a wooden trapdoor in the 9-foot-high ceiling, and a moldy bed with a tattered canopy stands nearby.
I mean, I guess we should. Is there anything to like check
Well,
belongings
I was
wise
gonna
under
say,
the bed?
while
Basically,
they're
bed and clothes are kind of the only 2 things left in this room to be checked.
Sure, I'll give them a look.
What are you looking at? The clothing or the bed?
I'll do the bed. Jess can do the clothing.
So you kind of flip through the bed. It doesn't look like it's been slept in ever, but you do find jammed underneath of it 6 pieces of cheap jewelry that you imagine are worth probably 25 gold each, that are just kind of stuffed into the mattress.
Huh. Okay. Not really in it for the jewels, so I'll just let somebody know they're there, and I'll just leave them alone.
While they were doing this
Yeah,
thing,
we
I
can
want to
give
go
them to
down
the
to the floor, the bottom floor, and I want to let out the frogs and the
The chickens?
and the chickens.
Okay. They...
Check the closet. Or the closet, the pantry thing.
Yeah, you just find... just more... You just find, like, ingredients. Most of them seem fairly mundane. You see sort of a powder, a fine powder that's kind of like flour that you imagine was, like... Considering you saw bones, like, on the ground and that, you imagine that there was probably, like, ground up, like, children's bones, and, like, a lot of the meat from the pies was probably ground up children's meat. Considering there's only, like, 2 chickens, you imagine the chickens are mostly probably there for eggs, not actually, like, putting into pies. So, you release the chickens, release the frogs, they basically just hop around the room. They don't seem to know any better. They make no attempt to escape.
Are the kids well clothed?
Yeah, they're in tatters.
Because what do you know? I have 2 cloaks that I grabbed off of Dark Creepers that don't fit me.
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
now tatters and have, like, fancy
it's better than
fancy
nothing.
black cloaks.
Better than nothing.
Okay.
Coming out.
Might help keep them warm. Yeah, drag me out. I'm done in here.
Yeah, well, Mike and I grab the kids, we
Yeah.
them downstairs.
Stop moving!
Let's go meet.
Nobody move. Nobody move.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys all just congregate outside, meet up with Irina and Isaac, or, Ismark. Too many people with too many important NPCs
Isaac.
with eyes for fucking names.
Isaac is an entirely different person.
Yeah, spoilers,
Isaac-
there's a character named Isaac.
Isaac is Doofus.
He kinda is. Yeah, so you guys meet out front. The children, once they see Ismark and Irina, they just go into like a full sprint and like just like wrap themselves around like their like Ismark's legs. And Ismark's like, "Oh, great, children. Whatever."
My favorite.
And they
It's
say
like,
they
yeah.
like you, and they say they like you. You're keeping them.
He's
now.
like, he's like, you know what? They've had a traumatic experience. Is there any of those pies left? Let's give them some pies.
No.
Give him that
No.
pie.
We are not
About
feeding anybody
pie.
pies.
Don't worry about the pies. There,
But yeah.
I scoped it out. There's not anymore. They've all been destroyed.
We'll give him
So,
some else.
meanwhile, Lawaj has an entire backpack full of pies.
Yep. I'm just gonna
Lawaj
go to
Lawaj has
hand
30.
him the pie I got
Lawaj
from
has
as well.
4d10 pies hidden in his backpack.
4d10 plus 1.
that is true because he had already no 3 because he had the other ones already. We'll say that Lawaj made it out of there with, including the 3 he bought, 20 pies total.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna be like strung out for the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much. And most of them are like the fresh ones. He was smart enough to take like the brand new ones, not like the day old ones. See, if Lawaj doesn't show up now for a session, it's like he's strung out on pies. You just leave him wherever you guys were, and he eats a pie or 2, and that's why Lawaj isn't here.
Oh. I'm just gonna do this now as well. I'm gonna heal Bones and Pyro.
Yay.
Yeah, you guys.
First one, Pyro, second one, Bones.
I'm the 7.
Yeah.
So I'll say that you guys can, like, if you kind of head down the road, once you get back down to the fork, we'll pull you back out of Old Bone Grinder. What an apt name, it turns out. Turns out that name was actually pretty accurate. You guys basically get back to sort of the fork in the road, and you find kind of a spot nestled in, like, the cliff side where you can take a short rest.
Yes, please.
I'll give you guys a short rest. It's probably been about an hour total, your time in there, so you can take a short rest for half an hour and still have plenty of time to make it down the road to Valaki.
Yes, please.
Actually, was it Valaki? I think it's supposed to be Valaki. There's an actual pronunciation in the book somewhere.
It might be Valakai.
Like 8 different ways to say it.
I think Valakai would just.
Plus 1d6.
Valaki. So Valaki. It is Valaki.
Hey, look at that.
I'm only 2 away from full health now, so.
Okay, so.
Didn't take any damage.
Gave you guys your XP. You got your short rest. That is where we will end it. Next week, you guys will continue on your road north and hopefully make it to Valaki. Your party is getting bigger. You're now 10 people strong. 6 of you, the 2 stowaways and 2 children. You got like a whole entourage now. No one can stop you.
Ron is just happy they saved the kids.
What was my dream sequence? I want to know.
I want to know.
Eat a pie.
Yeah.
You gotta eat a pie.
Yeah, you gotta eat a pie. You think that Lawaj might have a couple.
Now that I know it's in the pie, I don't think I could bring myself to do that.
It's best just not to think about it
And just shove it in your face.
and just enjoy.
Don't just put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth.
I don't know, the tasty human doesn't sit well with me.
It's child, though. It's like veal.
Yeah.
Kinda. Close enough, really. And, like,
Actually,
the bones are ground up into
like
flour, so, I mean, it's kinda the other white meat. So, anyways, that will do it for our strange diversion into the horrible windmill of awfulness. Thank you, everybody that came out, watched the stream. We will be back next week, of course. Same D&D time, same D&D channel. Until next time, as Dado always says, get out!
Get out!
Alright, I'm gonna go to bed.